Andy, can you hear me okay?
Okay, probably.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge Grand Final Competition. On behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, thank you for joining us on today's Grand Final Competition via Zoom, Facebook Live, and the YouTube channel EduWeb TV MOE. Before we start today's event, let us hear from the supporters of our Grand Finalists. Can I hear from the supporters of SMJK Filipina? Supporters of MRSM Kuala Berang, Terengganu. From SM Sri Cempaka, Ceras, Selangor. From SMK King George V, Negeri Sembilan. From SMK Mat Saleh, Ranau, Sabah. Last but not least, from Pusingan, Utara Negara, Selangor. Thank you everyone for attending and showing our love and support for our 2020 VNSC Grand Finalists. Wherever you may be, I hope everyone stays safe, and if you are away from home, please follow all safety procedures. To bless our event today, I would like to invite Mr. Rahmat Shah Putra to recite the dua.
Al-Fatihah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Hanya padamu sahaja kami panjangkan kesyukuran atas segala rahmat dan berkat-Mu. Bersempena dengan pertandingan akhir Virtual National Science Challenge pada hari ini, kami memohon inayah dan taufik-Mu, Ya Allah. Kurniakanlah kesejahteraan dan kebahagiaan kepada kami. Bukakanlah hati-hati kami, lapangkanlah dada kami supaya kami mendapat mengisi ilmu dan pengetahuan yang berguna untuk agama bangsa dan negara. Kami memohon kepadamu agar Engkau berkatilah majlis ini dengan limpahan rahmat-Mu. Semoga segala usaha kami dalam menjayakan majlis ini mendapat keredahan dan hidayah-Mu. Sesungguhnya pada hari ini kami berkumpul kerana-Mu, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, kurniakanlah kami kekayaan ilmu, pengetahuan, dan hiasilah diri kami dengan sifat lemah lembut, serta muliakanlah kami dengan ketakwaan dan indahkanlah diri kami dengan kesihatan. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin.
Thank you, Mr. Rahman. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Science Challenge is one of the nation's premier science competitions for high school students. The one-of-a-kind competition has sparked the knowledge of thousands of students and enhanced science exploration, innovation, and communication across Malaysia. This year, the NSC did things a little bit differently. For the first time, the National Science Challenge is held entirely online, thus named Virtual National Science Challenge. It also carries the theme towards a pandemic-resilient community through science. Of course, none of this would be a success without the cooperation of our strategic partners, Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, and Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Our appreciation goes to our content and concept creator, the Young Scientist Network Academy of Sciences Malaysia, under the leadership of the chair of the 2020 VNSC Organizing Committee, Dr. Ho Wai Shin, as well as our technology partner, Sasbadi Online. Ladies and gentlemen, the VNSC consists of 3 rounds. First, students are required to complete an online quiz in the preliminary round. Then, the best team from each state will represent their respective states in the video round, producing a video that follows the theme of this year's competition. From there, the top 6 teams will enter the grand final competition, vying for the top spot and the Prime Minister's Challenge Trophy. Now, let us welcome our grand finalists. From Pulau Pinang, we have SMJK Jitsin, consisting of Hong Shen, Ang Yi-Jin, Wen Hao, with Winnie Lau Yen Teng as their mentor teacher. They are coached by Associate Professor Dr. Nafarizal Nayan from UTHM. Next, we have MRSM Kuala Berang, Terengganu, comprising Nur Alia Maisara binti Muhammad Fadil Islam, Nurin Farha binti Hamzah, Muhammad Idris bin Muhammad Yusri, with their mentor teacher Ahmad Hafizul Hanis bin Muhammad Shahar. And they are coached by Associate Professor Dr. Gary Kwan Pei Ern from USM. From SM Sri Cempaka Cerat, Selangor, we have Lin Zeng, Daniel Faris bin Azmi, Amir Rayed bin Daniel Khairi, with Rozian binti Muhammad Lizan as their mentor teacher. They are coached by Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Rosdiadi Nordin from UKL. From SMK King George V, Negeri Sembilan, we have Syahrini Kurut, anak perempuan Jaya Chandra, Muhammad Danish bin Muhammad Syarazni Chiu, Nitesh anak lelaki Prakash, with their mentor teacher Megat Kamarul Ihsan bin Kamaruddin. They are mentored by Dr. Eng Siu Kit from USM. SMK Mat Saleh Rana, Sabah, with Helgia Ivan Chu, with Michelle Awus, Ibrahim anak lelaki Ravi, with Nur Ainun Aluidin as their mentor teacher. They are coached by Dr. Umayya Munusami from Sayur Mai Network. And we have Pusat Genius Pintar Negara Selangor, with Lim Zeng Chue, Gong Buel, Lim Zeng Yap, with their mentor teacher Nur Shamin binti Hamzah. They are coached by Dr. Shahrul Nizam Ahmad from UITM. Now, allow me to introduce our distinguished panel of judges. We have Dato Professor Dr. Awang Burgiba Awang Mahmud from University Malaya as the Chief Judge. Professor Dr. Shamala Devi from UCSI University. Dr. Nurul Izzam Ahmad from the Institute for Medical Research. And Professor Dr. Abhimanyu Virakumara Silva from Sandhya University. Dr. Ho Wai Shin, as the chair of the 2020 VNSC Organizing Committee, would you like to say some words of encouragement to our grand finalists?
Yes, thank you very much, Nazmi. Okay. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dato Dr. Asma Ismail, President of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Professor Dr. Nur Saada Abdul Rahman, Chairman of NSC Steering Committee, Puan Hazami Habib, CEO of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, all judges, grand finalists, mentor, teachers, virtual NSC Organizing Committee, strategic partners, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and hello everyone. This is your Chairman of Virtual NSC 2020. First and foremost, I would like to welcome all of you to the National Science Challenge 2020 that in the very first time is conducted virtually. Thank you very much for being here with us today and thank you for your kind support. Here, I would like to congratulate the 6 finalists that will be challenging among one another to win the Prime Minister's Trophy. Since the beginning of Virtual NSC 2020, you have been through so many activities and slots that we have arranged, yet you have managed to attend and fulfill all the given tasks even with the limitation that you face due to COVID-19. But you take on the challenge seriously, and you went through it successfully. Just imagine, out of 1,000 teams that registered for NSC, you are now the top 6 teams. And one of you will be hoisting the grand prize, the Prime Minister's trophy. What a great achievement indeed. And I'm really proud of you. I believe the spirit you bring here today is not only to win the grand prize, but it is because you love science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and are aware of the importance of STEM for future developments. With this spirit, no matter what place you are, when we announce the result this afternoon, I believe you will be in a great place and you will be a successful person in the future. Remember that all of you are already winners for being here today. Again, I wish you good luck, and please do your very best and make your teachers, school, family, and most importantly, yourself proud. I would also like to express my sincere congratulations to all the 1,000 team that has taken part in the preliminary level of virtual NSC. Last but not least, my special thanks goes to all the organizing committee who have gave their very best effort in making sure that the competition runs smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ho Wai Shin. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be witnessing the lightning questions and prototype pitching rounds today. The lightning questions round will see our finalists address an open-ended problem or situation with a novel and creative solution based on the following topics: integrity and ethics, environment and pollution, as well as socio-economics and education. Next is the prototype pitching round. Building up from the submission in the video round, our finalists are required to invent something that can help the country in preventing the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic by either handling infected persons, managing limited medical facilities or resources, or managing situations post-COVID-19. Each team will be given 5 minutes to present and another 5 minutes for a question and answer session. To conduct today's session, I would like to welcome our YSM honorary member and a significant contributor to our National Science Challenge, Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim Muhammad Tahir.
Hi, can everyone hear me? I hope you can. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Thank you, Nazmi, for the kind introduction. I'm a little bit nervous today. This is my first time being a quiz master for this competition. I've always been running it behind the background, and I'm truly honored for ASM giving me this opportunity to be the quiz master this year in the Virtual National Science Challenge 2020. So, a little bit nervous. I'm sure our finalists are also nervous. So I'll be the quiz master for the 2 rounds, which has been introduced by the MC, which is the lightning round question for round 1, and round 2 will be the presentations of the prototypes. So let's not wait any longer. So let's start with the lightning round questions. And let me just read a little bit about the rules and regulation for this round. All team members, all finalists, will actually verbally answer open-ended questions on one of the following topics: integrity and ethics, environment and pollution, socio-economic and education. During the final stage of the briefing session, the finalists already have drawn numbers to determine their turn in the lightning round. Questions will be randomly assigned to each participant from the question bank. Participant will be given 2 minutes to answer the question verbally. They can either answer in Malay or English, but not mixed. So they will be assessed on this particular criteria, which are 25% on understanding, 25% on problem solving and practicality, 25% on concept, and lastly 25% on moral. So the judge's decision will be final. Okay, so let's start our lightning round questions on ethics and integrity. So are the judges ready? Okay, hopefully they are. So our first finalist is Daniel Faris from SM Sri Cempaka Cheras. Daniel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Daniel. How are you today?
Hi. Good, good.
Okay. So your question is, Daniel,
Yes.
animals are commonly used in the laboratory for biological experiments. This includes the testing of potential drugs for their safety and or efficacy. Some people view this as an act of cruelty against animal and unethical. What is your view? And is it possible to use other alternative methods to avoid the use of animals in research? Your time starts now.
All right. Well, in my opinion, yes, it's very unethical and cruel to animals to actually, be used as lab rats for these potential drugs because we don't know the effects of them as well. I know the makeup industry uses animals such as rabbits to test out their drugs, and the side effects of them are very severe. It can cause irritation, sometimes blindness, and it can also cause to a lot more serious cases where they could potentially die. So some people think that it's a necessary evil, so that we don't need to test it on actual people. But in my opinion, there are alternative methods that some companies do use. For example, some companies use artificial skin grown in labs to actually test out these drugs and these makeups. So, in my opinion, to avoid using these drugs on animals, we can instead use lab-grown meat or even simulations on computers to predict what will actually happen. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel. That was a very good answer. Can I just ask you, are you an animal lover?
Oh yeah, I have like pets upstairs right now. I take care of them very.
What is your name of your cat?
No, pets. I have pets. Pet
You have
hamsters
pets?
actually. Yeah.
How many
hamsters.
pets do you have in the house?
No, like we have like six hamsters upstairs right now.
Oh, no cats.
No cats.
All right, Daniel, thank you very much for your answer. Well done. Okay, so I guess the judges have already marked the score. And so we'll go on to our second finalist. And he is Nitesh Prakash from SMK King George V. Good morning, Nitesh.
Good morning.
Okay, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
You look very handsome. Very
Thank you.
smart. Okay, so your question for today is, advanced technologies such as robotics, nanotechnology, or drones has improved human lives dramatically. However, these technologies have the potential to be misused to do harm, such as drone can be used for spying, and robots have the potential to be weaponized. Should scientists continue their research on these technologies? And what can be done to prevent these technologies from being weaponized? Your time starts now.
Thank you. In my opinion, I think the scientists they should continue this research because it can help people in many other ways. Even though it can be weaponized, it is better that they try to find ways which they can overcome the weaponization of this. So one of the ways which I think would be better is that if probably they can set like an enforcement where people they won't release the information. So probably like when they have the research, all the information done, they just keep it a secret. Instead, they just let out the research which they have done. That means the final outcome of the research. This sort of research can help people a lot in many forms. And for spying and weaponization, well, it can help even the military, but also there are some which can misuse it by accident. So I would say it's okay to continue the research. And that is all for me.
Okay, thank you. That was a beautiful answer, Nitesh. My question to you is, are you a fan of technology?
Yes, I am a big fan of it.
Currently, what is your main use of technology? What kind of technology do you use mainly at home by yourself?
If at home would be my gadgets.
Mm-hmm. Do your parents put a limit on to how much time you should go on the internet?
Yes, because I think it's better if they do that.
How strict are your parents?
Not that strict. They do let me to use when I ask permission.
Oh, that's good. Asking permission is good. Okay, thank you, Nitesh. And now we move on to our third finalist in this round from Pusat Genius Pintar Negara, Lim Zhang Zui.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, I like being called sir. Okay, rarely do I being called sir these days. Okay, all right. So your question for today is, unfortunately, some scientists have been found to be guilty of false reporting of their scientific findings. What are the implications of this misconduct, and how can we prevent these incidents from happening? Your time starts now.
Well, in my opinion, these implications can cause a lot of people to misunderstand the truth, and it will result in them believing the false info and maybe do something that can harm other people. Let's say, for example, in the current pandemic, that a lot of people will spread a lot of fake news on the number of people, and maybe like conspiracy ways on how to deal with the COVID, like maybe swallow salt water can prevent you from getting COVID, and masks maybe don't work against the virus. But these actually are all false and will result in a lot of problems, like maybe the person doesn't wear the mask because they believe that the mask does not work, so they don't wear the mask and they get infected and they spread all around their close ones. What's the question? The second one, it went missing. So to prevent these incidents, we ourselves should not be that gullible. We should identify what is what. And if possible, if we know that this info is fake, we should spread all around to tell that this is fake instead of telling everyone this is real, so that we can help a lot of people and they won't fall for this kind of fake news. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Lim, for that great answer. Okay, Lim. So basically, these days there's a lot of fake news, as you have said. How you yourself, differentiate between what is fake and what is real? You yourself, when you
for me myself, I would first look into the info. It's either I wait for official reports, like let's say we have PKPP and all, right? Some people may state like different statements, like, oh, PKPP is ending and something like that, but I'm just gonna wait for the official announcement. Or maybe let's say there's like conspiracy news, so I'll just identify and see if it makes sense or not.
Okay, so
I will try to go through it.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think everybody should do that. Always check the official statements. Fabulous. Thank you, Lim.
Thank you.
Okay, so our next finalist in this round, we're going to go to Sabah, SMK Mat Saleh Ranau. Do we have Devana there?
Yeah. Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Deva. Wow. Okay. So you look very handsome today.
Thanks.
Okay. So Deva, so your question is, scientists are often collect personal information from people when they do research, and some of this information can be very sensitive. Why are this information sensitive, and how do you think scientists can protect the privacy of such information? Your time starts now.
Okay. I would like to answer this in Malay. So, selamat pagi saya ucapkan. Pada pendapat saya, pengumpulan maklumat peribadi yang dilakukan oleh saintis adalah sangat penting kerana penguasaan maklumat pada zaman sekarang merupakan salah satu kunci dalam menyelesaikan kebanyakan masalah. So, jadi salah satu cara yang boleh dilakukan oleh para penyelidik untuk menjaga privasi maklumat ini adalah dengan membuat satu pangkalan yang spesifik yang mengumpulkan data ini dengan menggunakan dinding api yang spesifik dan kuat bagi melindungi data ini. Mereka juga boleh membuat satu pasukan di mana para mereka yang berkemahiran berusaha untuk melindungi data ini dan sentiasa mengembangkan sistem pertahanan tersebut. Selain daripada itu, untuk melindungi privasi maklumat-maklumat, kita juga boleh mengisytiharkan undang-undang bahawa sesiapa, terutama para penyelidik yang ingin membocorkan maklumat-maklumat ini dikenakan denda yang berat kerana maklumat-maklumat ini sangat penting, terutama di abad sekarang. Dan akhir sekali, salah satu cara yang saya rasa sangat efektif adalah meminta para mereka yang mengisi maklumat itu untuk sentiasa membaca peraturan-peraturan, terma dan syarat yang ditetapkan sebelum mengisi maklumat itu. Itu saja.
Oh, terima kasih, Deva. Wow, beautiful answer in our national language, Bahasa Malaysia. Well done. And this is the first time I heard dinding api. I know it meant firewall, so it was quite weird to hear that just now. But what if, okay, I know you're okay about giving personal information. What if the firewall doesn't work and suddenly your personal information is for everyone to see? What would you do then?
Well, it does have, sorry. Dia juga datang dengan side effect dan saya rasa itu jika terjadi begitu, itu merupakan salah satu kesan sampingan yang tidak dapat dielakkan. Tetapi pada zaman sekarang terdapat banyak golongan yang sangat pakar dalam aspek penjagaan maklumat ini, seperti kita ada yang dipanggil white hat dalam English, mereka yang specifically secara spesifikasinya bekerja dalam bidang ini untuk menjaga data-data kita.
Okay, thank you very much, Deva. All right, so our next finalist from SMJK Jitsin, we have Lin Wen Hao.
Hi, my name is Wen Hao. I'm from SMJK Jitsin.
Okay, well, introduce yourself. Okay, good. All right, Wen Hao, your question will be, the internet age has made the spreading of information very quickly and efficiently. However, we also see the negative effects of scientific misinformation, which are not based on facts, spreading like wildfire on the internet. Give one example of well-known scientific misinformation, and as a student, what can you do to stop the spread of the misinformation and fake news? Your time starts now.
Okay, so good morning to all the others. So I think one of the example of well-known scientific misinformation is the number of cases of COVID-19. They may tell to the public incorrectly. So I think it's one of the very serious case in the scientific misinformation, as it will cause the frightening of the public. Okay, so from my point of view, I think that I can stop the spread of misinformation and fake news by, as a student, so I will spreading the poster or creating the poster in the internet and tell all of the students in my school to to know the effect of this scientific misinformation to the country. And besides, I think I will suggest to the school so that they will take care of this issue. Next, I think I would suggest to the government so that they can have enforcement of laws. So I think it's very important so that we can stop the spread of misinformation and fake news. Okay, so as a student, I think that we need to have the integrity and ethics in solving this problem. So we need to be more honest that in this issue so that no fake news will be spread to all of them. Okay, so I think that's the responsibility of all of the publics in Malaysia and all of the citizens in Malaysia. So that's all of my answer.
Well, thank you so much, Lim. Just in time, the first finalist who used the whole 2 minutes for your answer. Well done. Just now you said one of your answer was you going to produce posters to say that this is not fake news. Why would your friend or the community believe you in that case?
Well, I think that's why, because I'm choosing the ethics and integrity as my team in the competition, because I think I'm a honest person, and I think it's my responsibility as a student to take care of this issue. So I think, well, that's a very important thing, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if I look at you, you're a very honest person. Yeah, you do look honest. Yeah, maybe I would believe you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Lim from SMJK Jitsin. All right, and our final finalist for this round is sole representative of the MRSM school, MRSM Kuala Berang, Nurin Farha Hamdi.
Hi, and assalamualaikum to everyone.
Hello, hi Nurin, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you a bit nervous?
Quite nervous.
Quite nervous. Okay, don't be.
Allow
All right.
me to answer in Malay, please.
Okay, no problem. All right. So your question is: recently, there are abundance of products, especially cosmetics and supplements, released into the market without the Ministry of Health approval. Using these products may harm users. What is your opinion on this issue? And as a scientist, what should we do to stop this situation? Your time starts now.
Okey, terima kasih. Pada pendapat saya, isu ni tak patut terjadi kerana seperti yang kita dapat lihat di Malaysia sendiri, produk-produk yang menggunakan merkuri dalam produk kosmetik telah menyebabkan banyak kesan yang negatif terhadap kulit terutamanya dari golongan wanita di Malaysia. Dan kerana mereka sendiri kurang pendedahan tentang perkara-perkara sebegini dan mereka sendiri inginkan kesan yang dalam masa yang singkat. Mereka sendiri tidak mengkaji dan tidak lebih ambil kisah tentang perkara ini sendiri. Jadi sebagai saintis, pendapat saya rasa saintis perlu sangat-sangatlah mesti mencari satu alternatif, mungkin bahan yang patut ada dalam setiap kosmetik di mana kosnya juga agak murah, kerana saya sendiri merasakan bahawa memang pengasas kosmetik dan makanan tambahan inginkan kos yang murah sehingga sanggup melancarkan mereka punya produk mereka tanpa kelulusan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. Selain itu, mereka juga melancarkan produk mereka tanpa kelulusan kerana mereka sendiri tidak tahu prosedur yang betul untuk memasarkan produk mereka. Jadi hal ini telah menyebabkan produk mereka tidak boleh pergi dengan lebih jauh. Itu sahaja daripada saya. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Nurin. Thank you for your answer. So di sini, one cosmetic is a very big market in Malaysia and also in the world, basically. So do you believe in the saying that the more expensive the cosmetic is, the better it is? Is that true in all cases?
Pada pendapat saya itu tidaklah 100% betul kerana saya sendiri menggunakan kosmetik, tetapi saya sentiasa melihat bahan-bahan yang ada dalam kosmetik tersebut kerana terdapat juga pengasas kosmetik yang meletakkan harga yang tinggi tetapi bahan yang kurang berkualiti. Jadi seperti saya pakai yang biasa, tapi saya sendiri sentiasa melihat bahan apa yang ada dalam kosmetik itu sendiri dan yang sesuai dengan kulit masing-masing. Maksudnya setiap pengguna perlu tahu jenis kulit mereka sebelum membeli produk. Itu saja.
Wah, so Nurin pakai bahan kosmetik jugalah. Patutlah muka licin. Bagus Nurin. Okay, thank you Nurin. Thank you to all the finalists for this round with the integrity and ethics. So let's take a breather before we move on to the next round of the other finalists. Let us get to know a little bit better the two schools, which are SMK Mat Saleh Ranau and SMK King George V. Play video.
Hai, saya Katia, saya Yvette,
Saya Deva.
kami dari SMK Mat Saleh Ranau. SMK Mat Saleh merupakan sekolah yang terbesar di daerah Ranau dan salah satu sekolah yang terbesar di negeri Sabah. Ia dibina pada tahun 1962 menggunakan nama Government Junior Secondary School.
Nama sekolah ini ditukarkan kepada SMK Mat Saleh Ranau apabila sekolah ini menjadi sekolah terbaik dalam MCE pada tahun 1977. Mat Saleh atau Datuk Paduka Muhammad Saleh terkenal dalam perjuangan dalam penentangan penjajahan British di Sabah.
Mat Saleh dan pengikutnya menentang SBUP pada tahun 1897 kerana sistem cukai yang tinggi dikenakan ke atas penduduk Sabah. Penentangan beliau berakhir pada 1 Februari 1900 apabila tubuh pertahanannya di Tambunan ditawan.
Hi, welcome to the history of SMK King George V made virtual. Our school is named after the King Emperor of the British Empire. Our school is founded 97 years ago and is officiated in 1928 in conjunction with St. George's Day, which is 23rd April, a day in England where a threat has been overcome. A threat by a dragon.
As an English school, KGV had been a Japanese fortress and a British hospital during World War II. The words which we live by every day, Veni, Vidi, Vici means I came, I saw, and I conquered are attributed to Julius Caesar. The analogy of a warrior slaying a dragon in our August emblem portrays that Georgians are great leaders and warriors.
As you can see, everything is meaningful in KGB. It's almost like a perfect picture blazing in the light. We are really happy to be able to represent our school this far in such a renowned competition because once a Georgian, always a Georgian. Thank you.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that was really good. You know, it brings it back to my old school days, which was ages ago. All right, and I like the saying, "Always once a Georgians, always a Georgians." Oh my God, that sounds so patriotic. And looking at Sabah, how beautiful is this Mat Saleh Ranau? I wish we could all visit you guys now. I know you guys are in a bit serious situation there. So I hope everybody in Sabah who's watching this, please stay safe and stay healthy. And yeah, so one of these days, maybe we might get to go and visit you guys in Sabah, a beautiful, beautiful state. All right, so let's move on to our next round, which is the environment and pollution. We're still in the lightning round. And let me call upon our first finalist for this round from SM Sri Cempaka Ceras, Ame Ryan.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Amir. All right. Oh, I like your jacket. That's really looks really cool. Is that your school jacket?
Yes.
Wow, pinstripe. All right. Okay. So your question, Amir. Air pollution, such as haze, has been an ongoing problem in many countries in the Southeast Asia region, and Malaysia is one of the worst affected. The main cause of haze is due to slash and burn practice by farmers. Give your opinion on how we can overcome this issue in the future. Your time starts now.
Okay. So basically, air pollution is mainly the emissions of carbon dioxide gas. So, in my opinion, the way that all of us can overcome this issue is by uh, taking things like public transport and carpooling, because when you take those things, you are able to reduce the amount of carbon emissions that are emitted. And also, since the main cause of haze is due to slash and burn by practice farmers, the government can also enforce a law that it is illegal to do that, and actually put more emphasis on that part. And maybe we could give more like a punishment. Like if they do that, then they will have to pay a fee, which I'm sure they will not able to. They will not be able to do that. I also think that another thing that contributes to emissions is actually the manufacturing of what is it? Reusable plastic bags. There was actually a study conducted by the Danish government that making a single plastic bag actually requires less energy to produce than a reusable bag. So meaning less emissions. So in order to actually have a great impact on the environment by using a reusable bag is when you actually have to use it 7,000 times so that it actually gives a big impact on the environment. And we could also do other things such as reducing the amount of like barbecues we have. Like again, I said, taking public transport, and also buy efficient products.
Okay. Thank you, Danish. Sorry. Thank you, Amir. Okay, I got your name mixed up now. Oh my God, you want to reduce us not to have barbecues? Oh my God, I love barbecues. Okay, so Amir, so you yourself, okay, you said about reducing the carbon dioxide emission. What you yourself have done to help our country reduce the CO2 emission? You yourself, what have you have done?
Well, what I've done is basically what I've been doing is I've been actually encouraging my mom to use reusable bags. Since we already got them, we could just use them. And I've also stopped sorry, I forgot the word for it.
Okay. What have you stopped using?
Never mind. But again, I've stopped like cooking foods that actually like produce a lot of smoke. If you
right.
that, and yeah, and I'm also encouraging my parents to get more energy efficient products.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess if you go to your house, there will be no barbecues at all, isn't it, Ame?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Ame. Thank you for those questions, those answers. Thank you very much. Okay. So to our second finalist, from SMK King George V, Muhammad Danish Muhammad Sharazmi Chu.
Hello. Nice.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Danish. Oh my God, your name is long. Probably similar to me, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. So, why Chew at the end? CHEW. Your name is Sharazmi Chew?
Yeah, CHEW.
Okay. All right. That's correct. Okay. I just want to be clear. All right. So, your question, Dennis, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The major cause of global warming arises from the extensive combustion of fossil fuel. To control and reduce the enhanced greenhouse effect, clean energy such as nuclear energy has been identified as a potential resource. Considering the potential negative effect of nuclear energy on human health and environment, suggest other alternatives that should be considered. Why are these alternatives better? Your time starts now.
Thank you. So, okay, I'm Danish from SMK Kingash the 5th. Considering the potential negative effect of nuclear energy, other alternatives that we can use are renewable energy such as solar energy or hydroelectricity. This is because that this solar energy and hydroelectric does not use any reusable sources from our earth, such as the petroleum and stuff, which can be depleted anytime soon, because human civilization have been using energy so in such a large quantity. So if we keep using this reusable energy, it can be depleted in a very short time, which is why we have went to the nuclear energy. But since it has potential negative effect, like I said just now, renewable energy is a great alternative, because renewable energy gives less emission of greenhouse gases and is kind of clean. So we are actually in a type 0 civilization, where we depend on this type of non-renewable energy to get our energy source. But in order for us to release more greenhouse gases, we should actually go for more research and find more alternatives, which, like I said, renewable energy, and especially the solar energy. And with that, we can move on to type 1 civilization. As a type 1 civilization, we have mastered all forms of energy on Earth: hydroelectricity, wind electricity, solar energy. Those are the energies that we need to actually get clean energy with less emissions of greenhouse gases, which is why I believe that this research should be ongoing. Thank you very much. That's my answer.
All right. Thank you very much, Dennis. Okay, this is my first time hearing about different type of civilization. You have a type, just now you mentioned type 0, you said type 1. How many types civilization do we have, Dennis?
So far, I know type 2, type 0, type 1, and type 2.
What is type 2?
When we master the energy fully from our sun.
Oh, really? Okay, very good. I'm learning new stuff. You guys are even smarter than me, definitely. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Dennis, for that answer. All right, so our third finalist in this round on environment and pollution is from Pusat Genius Pintar Negara, Lim Jeng Yan.
Is my voice clear?
Oh, yes, your voice is very clear.
Okay.
Good morning, Lim.
Good morning.
Okay, so your question is, the incident of dumping waste chemical into Sungai King Kim has affected many lives in Pasir Gudang, Johor. If you are in the position of authority, what would you do to prevent this from happening again in the future? Your time starts now.
So first, I think in the position of authority, I think I should actually give summons to people who simply throw away those waste products into rivers, so that they will be afraid and will stop throwing it and will be punished heavily. Like we can have stricter monitoring, like maybe in the what is it called, in the kilang, in the factory, managers should actually like set stricter rules so that other people won't dump waste products easily. Besides, I also think that every river, they should have a security stand, something like that, so that others can throw waste products into the river easily, because that is very harmful to the river and marine lives. Let me think. I think that's all. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Dave, for your answer. I have a question for you. I mean, at home, you cook. I mean, not you cook. I mean, I think your parents cook for you. And what do they use? What do they do with the oil once they have finished cooking? I mean, what do they do with the old oil?
I think they just throw it in the dustbin.
Okay. Do you think that those oil can be considered a form of pollution as well if you just throw it into maybe the bin or even through the sink?
I think into the sink is more dangerous because it goes straightly into the river.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's in the dustbin, it goes to the dumpster. So I don't think it's not that direct, but eventually it maybe will go into the river also.
Oh, so the downside is slower process getting into the river, but straight if you use the sink, it will straight go into the river.
Yeah, it will go straight.
All right, both. Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Okay, thank you, Lynn. All right, so we move on to our fourth finalist from SMK Matsale Ranau, Calvia Eva.
Good morning.
Good morning, Calvia. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Are you keeping safe, healthy at home in Ranau?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's good to hear. All right, so your question, Calvia. The impact of global warming has affected many people. The effect of global warming includes the melting of ice cap, rising of sea levels, increased spread of diseases, and extreme weather. What would you do to mitigate global warming? Your time starts now.
Baiklah, terima kasih. Izinkan saya menjawab dalam bahasa Melayu. Pemanasan global telah memberi kesan yang sangat ketara kepada dunia kita. Bagaimanapun, banyak cara telah dilakukan untuk mengurangkan kesan pemanasan global ini. Dan usaha-usaha tersebut sentiasa memberi manfaat kepada dunia kita. Selain daripada usaha yang telah dilakukan sekarang, yang sudah dilakukan dan sedang dilakukan, pada pendapat saya, cara yang boleh dilakukan untuk mengurangkan kesan pemanasan global daripada aspek STEM adalah membina satu teknologi ataupun melakukan kajian yang mesra alam, yang kepada ciri aspek teknologi hijau. Dengan bantuan teknologi ini, pencemaran yang menyebabkan pemanasan global di dunia ini dapat dikurangkan. Contohnya, kepada teknologi yang senang diurai, mudah diuraikan, yaitu biodegradasi, serta penggunaan bahan-bahan teknologi yang dapat membantu dalam pembersihan yang mesra alam. Contohnya seperti kerja yang sukar dilakukan oleh manusia, seperti pembersihan, pembentungan yang kian menyumbang kepada pemanasan global di dunia ini menggunakan teknologi. Dengan itu, teknologi ini dapat membantu mengurangkan tenaga kerja manusia dan seterusnya menyumbang kepada pembaikan, penurunan kesan, pengurangan kesan pemanasan global di dunia ini.
All right, thank you, Calvia, for a good answer there. Okay, I just want to ask, I know Ranau is quite cool. The temperature is really nice. It can get really cold, isn't it, in Ranau? Is that correct, Calvia?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, so now with all this global warming, do you feel that since you were a kid, now that you're a little bit older, do you feel there's a temperature change there in Ranau?
Yes, there is, and it is very clear to see because when I was a child, the temperature would drop to like 15 degrees Celsius in the morning, like in 3 in the morning. But now, sometimes it would be like 21 degrees Celsius at 3 in the morning. So it feels like really hot now.
Oh,
The
so
difference
you,
really,
all right. So
yeah,
you
you can
actually,
sense the difference.
yeah. So you do feel the climate change there in Ranau, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I would love to go to Ranau. Temperature sounds very nice. 20 degrees. Oh, oh heaven. Okay. All
You
right. Thank you.
should.
I will one of these days. All right. Thank you, Calvel, for the answer. All right. So let's move on, and we move on to our fifth finalist in this round from SMJK Jitsin, Ang Yijin.
Hi, good day, sir. I'm Eugene.
Hi, Yijin. Oh, wow. You're very enthusiastic today. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm totally ready.
You're totally ready. Okay. Your question is, rapid development and population growth have led to a high rate of deforestation globally. If you are in the position of authority, how would you effectively strike a balance between conservation and economic development? Your time starts now.
Okay, so good morning, dear judges. And from my point of view, in the position of the authorities, the first thing that I will do is that I will launch plans, future plans for the country, so that the conservation and economic development can balance in a totally balanced way. The first thing that I can do, including in the plan, is to make sure that all of the conservative sites are totally reserved for conservations, and economic development, I put it for that site is for the foreign countries to come and visit, and also to have the tourism in our country to motivate them, and to create a strike in the economic development, by the same time also conserving the environment. And the second thing that I can do is to begin conservation. I also consider about animals. Wild animals in our country, such as tupai and also harimau Malaya, those are two very important animals that represent our identity as a Malaysia public, and and orangutan also. It's also very important, such as in Sabah, that is tourism also right there. That is a very that attract a lot of other foreign countries to actually invest in our tourism, so that we can have a development in the economic by the same time. Also, I will also take care of the conservation by reducing the amount of pollution produced by the economic industrial development by the same time. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. In your state, do you know of any area that has been said to be a conservation area where you're living?
Yeah, I'm living in Penang, and I know that there is a botanical garden that is specially designed for people to go and leisure there. And by the same time, there is a lot of monkeys, wild monkeys, and also a variety of flora and fauna right there. And I consider that as a conservation done by my state government. And also by the same time, we also feel free to go right there. And also I also can see a lot, every time I go there, I see a lot of tourists all around the world. They come and gather right here. They do activities such as playing like baseball at the court, and also having chat with their friends. That is enough for them already. I think that is another economic growth, because by the same time when they come here, they must have something to eat and also accommodation, right? Yes. So by the same time, I think that local economic growth is also like stimulated.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm afraid those answers will not be counted for your score. I just wanted to know a little bit more about Penang. I'm sure we'll definitely visit Botanical Garden next time I'm around. Thank you. You sold me on that. All right. Okay, so thank you so much. And now we move on to our final finalists for this round from MRSM Kuala Berang, Nur Alia Maisarah Muhammad Fadil Ikhwan. Alia, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Assalamualaikum.
Oh, Waalaikumsalam. Okay.
My name is
Hi,
Alia.
Alia. Okay,
Hi.
yeah. Hi, how are you? Okay. All right, so
Firstly,
sorry?
okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, but there's always going to be this lagging, yeah, in terms of our voices coming through this online. All right. So your question is, based on 2018 statistics, we produced 38,000 tons of municipal solid waste, or also known as garbage or rubbish, daily in Malaysia. Improper management of waste causes many environmental issues. What is your suggestion as an individual to control waste production? So your time starts now.
Pertama-tama sekali saya ingin menjawab dalam bahasa Melayu.
Okay.
Baiklah. Menjawab persoalan sebentar tadi. Pada pendapat saya, cadangan saya untuk mengawal pengeluaran sampah adalah melalui perindustrian di Malaysia. Kerana seperti yang kita tahu, banyak kilang perindustrian yang menghasilkan sebagai contoh bahan daripada plastik, polistiren dan sebagainya, ianya akan menyebabkan berlakunya pertambahan sisa-sisa pepejal di Malaysia. Jadi ia menyebabkan pengurusan sampah kita di Malaysia tidak teratur kerana semakin banyak kilang perindustrian yang menghasilkan bahan-bahan seperti plastik dan polistiren yang saya sebut sebentar tadi, ia akan menyebabkan berlaku banyak pertambahan sampah-sampah. Dan apa yang kita perlu lakukan untuk mengelakkan daripada perkara ini berlaku adalah dengan menghadkan penggunaan bahan-bahan tersebut atau dikenali sebagai bahan yang tidak terbiodegradasi. Jadi apabila kita menghadkan bahan-bahan ini, ia akan menurunkan kadar pengurusan sampah yang tidak teratur dalam karangan persekitaran ini. Selain itu, cadangan saya adalah dengan sekiranya saya salah seorang untuk menyuarakan pendapat saya kepada pihak kerajaan, saya akan berusaha untuk menguatkuasakan undang-undang supaya penggunaan bahan-bahan tidak terbiodegradasi ini dapat dihadkan oleh seluruh masyarakat. Pengajarannya kita hendaklah
Oh, I'm afraid time is up, Alia. Thank you so much for the question. The answer. Okay, Alia. I know garbage is one thing. We myself, everybody else in Malaysia, all produce a lot of garbage. Okay, so now my question to you is how actually you yourself control the garbage production of rubbish in your own home?
Baiklah, seperti sebagai contoh saya, di rumah saya mengaplikasikan amalan 3R, iaitu reduce, recycle and reuse. Jadi di mana pada setiap hujung minggu saya akan mengasingkan sampah-sampah tersebut mengikut kategori masing-masing. Sebagai contoh, plastik saya akan letakkan dalam plastik, kita kumpul bahan-bahan tu, kita letak satu tempat. So nanti bahan-bahan tu kita akan bawa dia pergi ke pusat recycle, pusat kita semula. Itu saja.
Itu ya. Oh, so maksudnya kalau saya pergi rumah Alia hari weekend, in the weekends, so I will see you actually going through your own rubbish lah, separating all those materials.
Yes,
betul ni?
Ya betul. Kerana setiap hujung minggu kami akan bergotong royong bersihkan persekitaran rumah. Itu adalah rutin di rumah saya setiap hujung minggu. Kerana family saya sangat mementingkan kebersihan.
Oh, wow, amazing. Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, thank you so much, Alia. That was a very good answer. Okay, thank you, everybody. So for the finalists in this round, so we end our environment and pollution round. And now let us know a little bit more about the two other schools, which are Pusat Jenis Pintar Negara and SM Sri Cempaka Ceras. Let's play the video.
My name is Bro Iwei. My name is Lim Zeng Yan.
And my name is Lim Zeng Xue. We're from Pusat Jenis at Pintar Negara, and this is our school trivia.
In January 2011, our school was launched. It was launched by our previous Prime Minister, Datuk Seri Najib.
Our campus is located at Bangi, within University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM. Professor Datuk Dr. Noria binti Muhammad Ishaq was the previous director of Pusat Permata Pintar Negara, and our current director is Professor Madya Dr. Rolinda binti Yusuf.
The program name has changed from Pusat Permata Pintar Negara to Pusat Genius at Pintar Negara in the year 2019. What makes this school unique is that it is the first and only school for gifted and talented students in Malaysia. That's all from us.
Thank you. Hello everyone, we are Team FAST from SM3 Cempaka. I am Daniel Faris.
I'm Amir Ryan.
And I'm Lim Zhenxian.
Cempaka School started off as a rented bungalow and has since expanded to form the Cempaka Group of Schools.
One of the things that makes Cempaka special is that Cempaka Schools Malaysia is the first Apple Distinguished School in South Asia.
Cempaka Schools is also the pioneer school in Asia Pacific for the groundbreaking virtual learning environment Schoology. We never thought we would make it this far, but we are grateful nevertheless. As our school says, nothing is impossible.
Yes, nothing is impossible. This also applies to our finalists today. Nothing is impossible. Everyone has the chance to win this Prime Minister's trophy. So please, please get ready and be ready. And I'm sure you, the other finalists, are ready to go for the next round, which is still the lightning round on the theme of socio-economic and education round. So let's call upon our first finalist for this round, which is Lim Zhengxian from SM3 Cempaka Ceras.
Good morning, I'm Lim Zhengxian from SM3 Cempaka.
Hi, good morning. My goodness. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready. Your hair looks good.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So your question is, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused teaching and learning delivery to be conducted online. What is your opinion about online learning, and how can we enhance the online learning experience, especially for STEM subjects?
Right, I'll answer.
Your time starts now. Sorry.
In my opinion, online learning has a few people has problem with online learning is that because they can't concentrate in class. Like sometimes you can do other stuff when just teaching, and if you prolong this situation, people will just like get lack of education. Okay, so to deal with this problem, I think we should like turn on our cam and on our mic. Like sometimes we answer questions. Okay, like teacher should ask the students should turn on the cam, turn on their cam, so that the teacher can monitor them while start teaching them. And students should be responsible also, like make sure that they don't slack off and do other stuff during classes. All right, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lim. That was a very short and sweet answer from you. Just now in the introduction of your school, Cempaka, you said that you guys have been doing online learning a lot at Cempaka. So in STEM education, usually one of the important part is the practical, meaning being able to, go into the lab. So how do you see online learning helping all the STEM students to learn about the practical issue, do labs at home online?
Well, I think that the teacher should go into the labs and just on their camera and show how it's been done through steps. Like teacher teach them one by one. And I think.
So meaning that we're going to be learning STEM through just seeing and rather than doing?
Yeah.
Okay, is that what you do at Sri Cempaka?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm giving you a difficult question. I should be not asking you. I should be asking the teachers. Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for your answer. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's move on to our second finalist in this round from SMK King Josh V.
Hello.
Hi, Sharini Kurup Jayachanda. Hi, Sharini.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my God. It sounds so lovely this morning.
Thank you.
Once a Georgian, always a Georgian. I'll remember that until the end.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So your question, Sharini. As part of the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025, schools are to begin using various technologies in teaching and learning. However, this has widened the equity gap between students in rural and urban areas. Students in rural areas often face difficulties in accessing or affording these technology-related tools, including stable internet. Why does this equity gap still exist today, and what needs to be done to reduce this gap? Your time starts now.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for the question. So as you can see, we live in a country where there's many different types of people, and with that comes many different types of social statuses. As you can see, as in our country, we have people who lives in 3-story bungalows. At the same time, we have those who are living in rural areas. So when it comes to education, we believe that everyone deserves the same. As well, as you can see, in March, our Prime Minister has released a package called Caring for the People, where he said no one is left behind. And that comes in the sense of education as well. So I believe that if the government implements certain aspects, the rural area students can also be able to apprehend or take in the information or take in everything that other students are taking as well. I do not think that the difference in social hierarchy or where they're from gives a difference in what they're studying. And I believe the government has played an increasingly drastic role in ensuring that for everyone. I also think schools and teachers should play a part in this. Like, for example, the teacher should be the medium or the middle person between the students and education. So say, for example, students who live in rural areas where they can't even receive 4G or internet, this teacher should be able to meet them at one place, maintaining social distancing, of course, in this current pandemic that we are living in, but also teach them. Maybe they can have a certain classes where everyone is brought in from those areas, because we cannot expect that technology can only be the solution to help everyone, as some people would not have that. So I think it comes down to the teachers and also comes down to the student itself playing a part to ensure that everyone is together and everyone receives the same amount of importance in this country. Thank you.
Okay. Wow, thank you, Sharini. I was enthralled by what your answer is. You know, it feels like you might be one of the politicians. I just actually been watching Kamala Harris, the future Vice President-elect of the United States. It's like I'm seeing another Kamala Harris there. You think so?
My idol, Kamala Harris.
Oh, your idol. Oh, that's good. So maybe you can be maybe the next Vice President. Well, next Prime Minister of Malaysia soon. Okay, thank you, Sharini. That was a very good answer from you. All right, so we move on to our third finalist, and he's from Pusat Genius Pintar Negara, Go Yi Wei.
Yes, hello. Is it clear? Is my voice clear?
Yes, your voice is very clear, Go. Are you ready, Go?
Yes.
Okay, so your question is, for this round, first generation biofuels are fuels made from food crops. Producing biofuel from food crops are creating direct competition with global food supply and is driving up the price of food globally. Does the benefit of renewable energy outweigh the needs for ensuring sufficiency in the food supply? And how can we solve this problem? Your time starts now.
Okay, from my point of view, I think it is equal, I think, because if you use renewable energy to produce these biofuels, it will in return make sure sufficiency in the food supply, because renewable energy is a lot and it can be constantly be renewed. And this will perfectly counter the sufficiency in the food supply, where food supply is not enough. We can use renewable energy to enhance food supply, because in a sense, in a way, it is always renewable. What do you think of it? But how can we solve this problem? I don't think there is any solution at the moment. Only solution is we produce more research and also more solution, and also people should be aware of it. I think that's all for my answer.
All right, thank you, Go. Okay, can I just ask you, do you know any type of biofuel that we actually use in Malaysia?
No, sorry.
So you don't think there's any biofuels that have been researched or used in our country?
Yes, but I do not know of it.
Oh, you don't know. Okay, fair
But
enough.
it is always better to be constantly aware of this technology, as it always helps the advancements of the country.
Yes, okay. All right, thank you very much, Go, for your answer. Thank you. All right, so next we have, we're going back to Sabah, SMK Mat Salirana. We have Yvette Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so Yvette, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you are. All right, so your question, Yvette. Why do engineering and computer science fields remains heavily male-dominated? And how can we increase the number of women in these STEM fields? Your time starts now.
Izinkan saya menjawab dalam bahasa Melayu. Pada pendapat saya, bidang kejuruteraan dan sains komputer masih banyak dikuasai oleh lelaki kerana lelaki mempunyai tenaga yang lebih banyak daripada wanita dan mereka dapat melakukan lebih banyak kerja daripada wanita. Dan bagaimanakah cara untuk meningkatkan jumlah wanita dalam bidang STEM ini adalah dengan memberi lebih banyak peluang kepada wanita. Contohnya kita mungkin dapat memberi peluang kepada wanita untuk mempelajari kejuruteraan dan sains komputer dan membuka lebih banyak peluang pekerjaan dalam bidang ini khususnya kepada wanita. Contohnya kita dapat membuka pekerjaan kepada wanita dalam bidang kejuruteraan, contohnya tidak tanpa mendiskriminasi kita punya jantina. Itu saja dari saya. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Yvette. I know it was a hard question for you.
Yeah.
All right. But I just want to ask, beside engineering, okay, let's not talk about engineering. Let's talk about computer science. You just made a comment just now that men and women have different energy. Do you think that in computer science, that men and women cannot compete? I mean, do we need a lot of energy to do computer science? I mean, to type a computer or build a computer, do you think a woman cannot do it as well as men?
Pada pendapat saya, perempuan dapat lakukan itu dengan sama seperti kaum lelaki. Yeah.
Okay, so 50-50 in a sense.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I just want to make clear of that because. Okay, thank you, Yvette. That was a very good, tough question, but good answer. Okay, all right. So let's move on to our next finalist from SMJK Jitsin, Lo Hong Sheng.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very clear. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
You look very smart.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. So your question is, only 19% of students who completed Form 3 assessment, PT3, will be choosing STEM subjects in Form 4. What do you think the impact will be in the future if this trend continues? And how can we address this situation? Your time starts now.
Thank you for the great question. I think the impact will be in the future if this trend continues is the expert in the in the STEM subjects will decrease. As you know, if less students, like only 19% of students, learn the STEM subjects, our country will be lack of the experts who know and who can master the technology will be decreased. So in order to improve this situation, or in order to solve this situation, we should lower the level of the STEM subjects for those students to enter the STEM to enter the STEM varieties and learn the STEMs. For example, this will not decrease the total level of the STEM subjects. Instead, it can let more students to learn the STEM subjects, and at the same time, it continues the main high level of the students who is advanced in the STEM subjects. So if this situation prolongs, most of the students who do not learn STEM subjects, our economy of the country will be very low, because this is a new era of technology, and this is known as the technology age. So in this technology age, we need new experts, we need new professionals to develop more technologies and more IT projects to adapt to the new environment of the whole world. So if we lack of the experts and the professionals, our country won't have enough knowledge to improve our technologies and to adapt to the new world. So to improve this, apart from the PT3 students, in SPM students, there should be more SPM students who take part in the STEM subjects. So by doing this, more students can learn the new STEM subjects, although they might fail in the STEM subjects, but at least they learn. At least we give opportunities to the students to learn the STEM subjects. I think that's my final answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Go. It was a good answer. Sorry, Go Lo, for the answer. I just want to ask you, I mean, just not talking about the whole country, not talking about, you know, your state, but just you, and how would you, in your school, how would you convince your schoolmates, you know, who are doing PT3 now, to take STEM subjects?
Okay, I think the first advantage of the STEM subject, I should encourage them to enter the STEM variety is the STEM subject is the new trend of this era, because for the economy, now we conduct economy virtually, fictitiously. So by using the STEM subjects, we can know the technology to improve our economy. So for the country and for the individuals, my schoolmates, he will know the correct way to conduct like advertisement or how to promotion his products, such as economy. He can learn economy, but he can use the STEM subjects to improve his economy results. I think that's mine.
So you would tell them, you would tell your friends this particular fact to them?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Lo, for the answer. And now we move on to our final finalist for this round. Muhammad Idris Muhammad Yusri from MRSM Kuala Berang. Idris, are you there? Hello, Idris. Mr. Muhammad Idris Muhammad Yusri, can you hear me? I think we're having a little bit of technical getting hold of Muhammad Idris. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, are you there?
Hello. Hi, I'm here.
Hi. Okay, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. All right, how are you?
I am fine.
All right, you're fine, yeah? Okay, so let's move on to the last questions for this round. The COVID-19 pandemic has put huge stress on Malaysia's economy. If this situation is not managed well, it will have a long-term financial impact on our nation. How can science and technology innovation help in mitigating the economic impact of COVID-19 in this country? And what are the short-term measures that MOSTI can take to enhance STI capacity in the country, especially in the context of combating COVID-19? Your time starts now.
I would like to answer in bahasa Melayu.
Okay.
Pada pendapat saya, cara sains dan teknologi ini inovasi sains dan teknologi ini dapat meningkatkan ekonomi adalah dengan cara mungkin pengeluaran drone. Jika kita boleh lihatkan, mungkin kita boleh menggunakan penggunaan drone dalam pembelian online atau pembelian secara daripada kedai, dan pengeluaran drone ini sangatlah penting jika hendak melakukan pergerakan itu. pergerakan sains dan teknologi ini juga dapat mungkin kita boleh menghasilkan dalam pembentukan vaksin-vaksin ini. Kita mungkin boleh mengadakan pembentukan kita untuk menghasilkan mungkin saintifiknya kita penghasilan emas yang sangat mementingkan, yang sangat diperlukan pada masa kini, juga memerlukan inovasi yang tinggi, inovasi canggih daripada mesin-mesin untuk membuat perkara-perkara tersebut. Dan langkah jangka masa pendek yang boleh dilakukan untuk meningkatkan kapasiti STI dalam konteks membendung ni mungkin adalah peningkatan pemerhatian pergerakan rakyat-rakyat untuk memastikan adanya penjarakan dan pemakaian mask dalam kalangan rakyat. Ini untuk memastikan dapat kita meminimumkan rakyat keluar daripada rumah untuk mengurangkan penyebaran wabak COVID dalam komuniti kita. Mungkin kita boleh lihat kepada mereka, ramai yang tidak menyukai untuk memakai mask kerana mereka merasakan itu perkara yang tidak menyusahkan. Tapi perlakuan itu menyebabkan kes di negara mereka naik. Dan ada juga berlaku pemberontakan dan sebagainya. Jadi antara yang patut kita lakukan adalah pemerhatian rakyat ini adalah perkara yang patut kita tekankan lebih lagi. Dan mungkin jadi itu saja rasanya jawapan daripada saya.
Okay, thank you, Idris. That was a very long and a hard question, and you did very well to answer it. And so my question to you is, bagaimana di kawasan sekitar di mana Idris tinggal, how has COVID-19 affected your area, your family, your relatives, and the community surrounding you?
Wabak ini kurang mungkin kesan yang paling besar kepada keluarga saya adalah kurang keluar daripada rumah kerana saya tinggal di kawasan zon hijau. Jadi kehidupan saya tidak berubah dengan drastik. Ayah saya kerana dia bekerja sebagai seorang polis, dia masih bekerja dari sejak PKP yang asal lagi. Jadi dia masih bekerja macam biasa. Dan mak saya, dia kurang bekerja semasa PKP. Kemudian pada akhir-akhir PKP dia sudah mula bekerja.
Okay, all right. So I hope you and your family stay safe during this pandemic. And well, thank you very much to all the finalists in this lightning round questions. I know some of the questions were long, some of it were hard, but I think you did very well to answer that. It's like a Miss Universe question, so it was tough, but I'm happy that everybody was able to answer it very, very well. Okay, so before we move on to our next lightning round, let's not our next round, which is the pitching round. Let's move to get to know a little bit more our last final schools, which is SMJK Jitsin and MRSM Kuala Berang. Let's play the video.
The sky garden of SMJK Jitsin. From here, you can see the panoramic scenery of the whole Bukit Bertajam. Right, this is the back view of our school, and there is some panels on the roof of the building. I equipped with vehicles to directly to the building for air ventilation.
Hi, if you are tired of studying the whole day, you can go to the botanical garden for a lecture stroll.
I am Farha.
I am Alia.
I am Idris.
We are from MRSM Kuala Berang.
This college was originally a continuation of Mara Junior Science College, Kerteh, located in Bandar Baru Kerteh about 24 years ago. It was closed and opened at a new location in Kuala Berang.
The largest man-made lake in Southeast Asia,
This power station complex building can produce 100 megawatts power units, which can be supplied throughout Malaysia. This is our college. We are from MRSM Juara.
Wow, oh my God, I'm so inspired by all these schools. I mean, look at Isnin, they have a solar panel, they have a sky garden. I wish my school had those kind of thing in my times. And also in Kuala Berang, I mean, oh my God, it looks so beautiful, so green, such an inspiring place to actually learn. And so before we move on to our next pitching session, I'll pass you back to the MC. Go, Nazmi.
Me in welcoming our guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Khairi Jamaluddin and Yang Berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail. Good morning, YB Khairi and Datuk Asma.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Salam sejahtera.
Welcome to the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge Grand Final Competition. Datuk Asma, would you like to say something to our grand finalists?
Well, I think, first of all, congratulations to all for being here in the best 6 teams out of 1,027. I think this is a great opportunity to see and to hear all of you giving your inputs regarding how to be pandemic resilient. So I think this is a very interesting one, and to hear all your thoughts in science and technology and how it can now be useful solutions to your lifestyle. Nazmi, this is not yet my welcoming speech, right?
Yeah, no.
Not yet. Okay. So I just want to say congratulations to everyone for being here. It's exciting to hear some of the answers from the participants, but I do feel that the excitement compared to having a physical meeting is not quite there yet. I think maybe this is the first time that we do this secara virtual, but I think next time around we'll try to find some new ideas on how to create that excitement. Because otherwise it will be just like answering questions. But Dr. Ibrahim, you're doing an excellent job of being a one-man show, keeping things lively, for a morning on a rainy morning in Kota Baru at the moment. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Datuk Asma. How about you, YB Khairi? Any words of encouragement to our grand finalists?
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to congratulate ASM for holding this National Science Challenge. I'd like to congratulate the 6 grand finalists for being selected as the finalists for the 2020 VNSC. As Dr. Asma said, obviously it's not the same that we're having to do this online, but this is the world of a pandemic. We have no choice. So good luck in the final challenge, which is the prototype pitching. I think science and technology has a very important role to play, especially in solving 2 of the biggest crises that humankind faces today. One of us is, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the other one, which is an equally serious crisis that we face, not just for the future, but today, is climate change. And I think that science and technology, the very same inspiration that took men to the moon, that created technology that we use today in our pockets, can also nurture minds like yours to come up with solutions to these 2 big crises that we face today. And I think it's very, very important that science and technology serves a purpose for humankind. So I'm very, very impressed with shortlisted candidates, and I look forward to seeing your pitching today. Congratulations.
Thank you, YB Khairi. For your information, our grand finalists are doing exceptionally well in their quest to secure the top spot in today's competition and winning the Prime Minister's Challenge Trophy. Earlier this morning, the grand finalists completed their online quiz round. And right now, from the scores, we can see that SMK Jitsin and Pusat Genius Bintang Negara are actually tied for the highest score. But I hope the other groups are not going to be discouraged by this. You have been doing very well in the previous lightning questions round and continue the performance during your prototype teaching. Ladies and gentlemen, before we resume the competition, please enjoy a short clip of the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge. Thank you for your attention. Now I will pass the mic back to our quiz master, Dr. Ibrahim, to conduct the prototype pitching round. Back to you, Dr. Ibrahim.
Thank you, Nazmi. We welcome Dari and also Dr. Asma. So now to the final round for the pitching. Oh, cool. Okay, we got a bit of noises here and there. So I hope the other participants have everything on mute. Let me just stop today for the moment. Okay, so we are in the final round. As you can see, the scores just now from the online quiz. So to the other team, don't be disheartened. We don't know how well you did in the lightning round questions, but now it's the pitching session. So you still have time to come back, and that question, who will be the winner, will know after all the marks have been tabulated from the lightning round and also from the pitching session that we're going to go through now. So, but before that, let me just hear a little bit. I think we have some supporters here somewhere in our online universe. Let's see, all the supporters. Okay, these are all supporters that are around. Okay. Okay, good. I can see some Georgians there, some students from SMK Rana. Where's the Rana? In Sabah? Okay, so these are all their friends supporting them from afar. So I'm quite happy to hear. All right, very good supporters. Keep on supporting. Okay, keep on supporting. Oh. Okay, I think we'll have to stop that. There's so many cross voices now. Okay, I know you guys are there in spirit, and so we are going to start the pitching round now. Thank you, supporters. Thank you so much for being there, for being with us this morning. All right, so let me just brief a little bit on the guidelines for the pitching round. So based on the problem statement given, which is based on the theme of this year's Virtual National Science Challenge 2020, which is Towards a Pandemic, Resilient Community Through Science, all teams were asked to submit an innovation proposal that will be developed into a prototype. Each team will be given 5 minutes for presentations and another 5 minutes for the question and answer session by the judges. The team can only use one language, either Malay or English, but cannot mix. So evaluation for the prototype sessions are based on the following criteria. Technicality, 30%, practicality, 20%, creativity, 20%, presentation, 10%, group participation and collaboration, 10%, question and answer session, 10%. So this question and answer session, we have 4 judges here today and they are very passionate, but I'm going to be one of those strict quiz masters and I will make sure that you only have 5 minutes in that session, so to keep our time. All right, so the judges' decisions are going to be final. All right, so let's start with the first school that will be pitching their prototype. And SMK Sri Cempaka, are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, so you're ready. So your 5 minutes starts now.
Wait, sorry, sir. Can we open the slides first?
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, open everything first. Get ready. Timekeeper, please reset the time. So let them first set it up first. Okay. Now, can I just ask again? Are you guys ready now?
Yes.
Okay, ready now, eh? So we can start the time. So I want to be fair to everybody. All right. So your time starts now.
A very good morning to judges and fellow finalists. I'm Sun Xian and this is Faris and Amin. We are Team Fast from SM Sri Cempaka and today we're going to talk about rapid. As we all know, there's been a pandemic going around. Currently in Malaysia, a tour had just begun. As you can see, these are the graphs that show daily cases and death toll of COVID-19 until 5th of November. Okay, now, let's focus on the death toll. 1.2 million deaths. Okay, that's really a lot. Okay, now, try putting yourself in other people's shoes. Imagine the 7-year-old kid is your younger brother. When you look at him, don't you feel like helping him? But let me tell you this, you can't. However, things will be different because rapid is here.
All right, so you must be thinking, what is rapid? Well, we'll get that to in a minute. But first, you need to understand these things. Distributed computing. In a nutshell, distributed computing is when you use multiple computers to run as a single system. The point is to use a small amount of processing power from each computer to create one powerful system to solve a common problem. So what are we using it for? Well, we're using it to run a biosimulation, which is a simulation of biological processes and systems of a living organism. However, a biosimulation needs a lot of processing power and nearly impossible to do with just one computer, unless you have a supercomputer, which is why we are using distributed computing to do it. Paris, you're unmuted. You're muted.
Sorry, my bad. So, my bad. So what's our goal of this project? Well, we wanted a way for researchers to test their vaccines quickly and for cheap. So the idea is that researchers would digitize a vaccine and describe it in a way a computer can understand and upload them into a server to be tested. But why stop there? With the rise of machine learning, the computers could potentially improve upon their vaccine and give them an even better one over time. Introducing Rapid, an easily accessible way to contribute towards research. Essentially, it's a way for everyday people like you and I to contribute some processing power from our personal computers to researchers so they can perform computationally heavy research without the need of supercomputers. So how does it work? Well, users would simply need to click on this link, which is in the chat right now, or scan the QR code on screen right now. And then you're done. Judges, finalists, and anyone who wants to join, would you mind clicking on the link in the chat right now or scanning the code on screen? Right, so what's happening right now? While you do that, let me explain what's happening right now. So right now you will be connected to a server running on my computer. And as long as you have that tab open, you will be contributing processing power towards the server. So here is the host view of what I'm seeing. As you can see, there are 5 number of users right now, 6 even, 7, oh, it's going up right now. And you can also see how much processing power is being sent to the server. Now, For the sake of being technical, here are the specifics. The server is distributing tasks among all the clients, which the client will then respond with their own calculation. The server will continue to give tasks as long as clients are available. Yeah, right now we have 14 connected clients with an estimated computing power of 8 point. Its number still going up. Right. So,
okay, if it's a bit fuzzy, let's go through a recap. The user clicks on the link and the percentage of the processing power of the computer is given to Rapid to give it enough processing power to run its biosimulation. Then the researcher then uploads the digitized vaccine to Rapid. It then runs its biosimulation. Then it uses its algorithm to make adjustments to the vaccine to increase the vaccine's compatibility and effectiveness. Finally, Rapid then sends the improved version of the vaccine back to the researcher. So what is the potential of Rapid? Well, let's look at the numbers. If every client gives 0.54 gigahertz of processing power, then that means 5 clients in the average 240, and you have a supercomputer on the internet. 3.4 million, well, you have the strongest computer in the world. And according to this website called Statista, there are approximately 1.5 billion PCs in use worldwide as of 2015 alone.
Okay, now, if we're able to achieve that goal, imagine what we can do with Rapid. Not only finding a solution for COVID-19. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I mute my button just now. So thank you, Nitesh Prakash. Do you have just one statement? I think you finished abruptly. Can you just finish your statement? That would be nice.
All right, I'll continue from there. Okay, we might be able to solve any future problems with it, such as cancer research, infectious and neurological diseases. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's move on to the question and answer session. So please just have all your mics on so that we don't have anyone talking mutely. So the judges, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'll just have a couple of questions. I think each judge will take in and ask questions of a group, and then we'll move on from there. Now, very interesting presentation. I was just wondering, have you thought of who the potential partners for your project would be?
So who's going to answer this?
Amir, you go first.
Okay. Well, you see, we want Rapid to be a non-profit organization where we will get funding from crowdfunding platforms such as Pitchin or Indiegogo. We also plan on partnering up with leading companies in the biosimulation market, such as Secara LP, which is based in the US, Chemical Computing Group, Canada, and also Antolas Incorporated in the US as well. This is because we lack the required tools to create a biosimulation. That way, we are able to use their facilities to produce a biosimulation.
All right, just one more question from me. What do you think would be potential issues that may arise from this distributed computing that you are proposing?
Well, you see, we need a massive amount of users to actually be online concurrently to have a strong enough computer. I guess we could have a massive marketing scheme to get as many users as we can, maybe even work with a marketing team to market this project to a wide audience.
So how do you plan to solve that?
Yeah, we could partner up with a marketing team, so to get as many people interested and contributing towards this project.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all for me. Back to you, Dr. Ibrahim.
Thank you, Prof. Awang. Do any of the judges have any questions?
Oh yeah, we have decided that each judge will take one group. Yeah. To
All
speed.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't have any more questions?
No.
Because we still have time. So if anyone
is still have time?
To answer questions, yes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I have another question for you. Other than taking this forward, getting marketing and all that, what do you think would be the real impact of your project, given that things like vaccine simulation, design on chip and so on is already being practiced by many companies, even without distributed computing. So what do you think will be the real impact of your project on COVID-19?
So, wait, who's planning on answering that one?
Yeah, I think I can answer that. Hello, can you hear me?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so we mainly focus on accessibility and convenience to make contributing processing power as simple and streamlined as possible. Okay, no hassle, no fuss. This is to coax as many people to contribute as possible to have as much processing power as possible.
But wouldn't that cause problems, for example, in IP where intellectual property is jealously guarded by companies, for example? They would be reluctant to upload the digitized form of their vaccine for fear of other people stealing their intellectual property. Wouldn't that be a problem?
Actually, the distributed computing part is just for users to contribute, just to give their computers processing power. It has nothing to do with uploading the vaccine where everybody will be able to see it. So basically, we are actually gathering enough power for Rapid to run the biosimulation. So it's actually two different things. Distributed computing just gives Rapid enough processing power to run it. So you don't have to worry about other users getting the vaccine.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ibrahim.
Okay. All right, thank you for a while. And I can see my timekeeper is keeping time. It says time's up, the 10 for the Q&A. Well done, Sri Chapaka. I mean, your presentation looks very impressive. And I'm trying to understand what you were saying. I'm a chemist. So in terms of computing, I'm a bit weak a little bit. And I did try just now to scan and it worked. I thought it was just a prototype. It doesn't work, but it did work. So well done, Sri Chapaka. That was a really good presentation. So let's move on to our next school, our second finalist for this pitching round. And we're going to Negeri Sembilan, Seremban Negeri Sembilan, SMK King George V. So hi guys, hi girls. Oh, there's a girl there. Hi Sharini, Danish, Nitesh. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Okay, are you guys ready? So let's set it up first. All your slides and everything, have it on before we start the time. So you might want to do that now. All right. So is everything ready?
Yes.
Okay, I hope all your mics are on. Do not mute it so that when you do the Q&A, it's easy. All right, so I'm going to, ready? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, your time starts now.
Salutations, good day I bid to the honorable judges, respected timekeepers, and worthy opponents. My team have decided to focus on our dear frontliners, the one who have worked tirelessly 8 to 12 hours a day in order to curb the spread of COVID-19. And during that time period, they have to constantly protect themselves by wearing the personal protective equipment at all times. But ladies and gentlemen, do you know how suffering it is to wear the PPE suit for that long, as it causes overheating and on the long run, dehydration or worse, heat stroke may occur. Which is why my teammates and I proposed the ESS PPE, enhanced, serene and shelter addition to the conventional personal protective equipment. We believe that the implementation of our innovation can promote more comfort and ease the burden of our dear frontliners. Now I will pass the role to Nitesh to explain more about the mechanism.
Thank you, Danish. As you can see, for our system, we had an inspiration from the systems of air conditioner and refrigerator. So now our main component is the vest. Let's zoom in into the fabric of the vest. At the side there is the design of the fabric, which has holes to increase surface area. So Danish, if you would.
Hold on.
So as you can see the holes, this helps to increase the surface area for heat absorption. The heat will be absorbed from the body and it will enter the vest. The vest will then pass through the heat to the coolant tubes. In the coolant tubes, there is a coolant liquid flowing through it. This coolant liquid will then absorb heat and then turn into gas. It will then go down to the compressor where the gas will be compressed and the temperature will increase. And then this compressed gas will move down to the condenser where the heat from the gas will be released to the surroundings. And then this gas will cool down and turn into liquid. The liquid will then be flowed back up to the vest. This is a continuous cycle to help cool down the interior of the vest. So now I'll pass on the presentation to Sharini, who will explain intricate details about our suit and tell us why and what we did.
All right, thank you, Nitesh. Now, I'm sure you're very intrigued by proposition, but some of your questions have yet to be answered. Let me dissect the anatomy of our product. Firstly, the most quintessential part of our product is the vest, which will be placed under the biohazard suit. This helps ensure that the cost of a single PPE does not increase drastically, yet it is sustainable and reusable and not a single-use product. Secondly, we have the compressor, which will be placed lower than the vest. This is because the compressor acts as a pump to flow the liquid throughout the entire suit. This is important as the liquid cannot be pushed upwards due to gravity. The pump helps in this sense. The condenser will be placed outside of the PPE because it is a device that helps expose or release the hot air to the surrounding. So say, for example, we put it inside of the suit. The entire suit will be hot and our entire intention or rationale for making this product would be transgressed. For safety precautions, we will also be adding tight rubber to be cupped around the legs opening and the tube. This helps prevent any microbes from entering the suit and contaminating the inside of the suit. We will also be using a rechargeable battery, I repeat, a rechargeable battery that can last for 8 to 12 hours, which is among the time how long the frontliners work. Right, let me conclude. In conclusion, we are so exhilarated by the chance that we are given to put our product out there. We believe the Virtual National Science Challenge is a great experience and a great time for us to explain all our ideas and thoughts that we have kept in for so long. We hope in the future every single frontliner is wearing the ESS PPE so they can feel comforted and contented in what they're doing, which is the everyday burden of helping curb the curve of the pandemic that's increasing drastically. We want to help those who are helping us. We want to help those who are putting their lives in danger to save us. We hope the ESS PPE can be a great contribution to mankind and to the frontliners who are putting their lives in danger to save ours. We hope in the future we can see every frontliner wearing it, and one day they will say, oh, the ESS PPE created by the team from SMKKGB, and that's our biggest thing that we can ask for, and we will be so blessed if we can see that. That's all from SMKKGB. Thank you so much for lending yours.
Thank you so much, King George. Oh my God, I would want one of those. Basically because of the cooling environment, I think it would be really cool for me, being a big guy myself. All right, so let's move on to the question and answer round. And can we have one of the judges to answer the questions?
Prof. Shabala.
Okay. So Prof. Shabalas.
Okay, my first question, yes, my first question, I think it's a novel idea, no doubt, but I'm just thinking about the weight that will be added on to the front line. So what do you think would be the effect?
Okay, I'll take the question. Basically, before putting out our product, we thought about the whole thing on how it will be. So the weight, we roughly estimate it to be less than 5 kg because we are implementing nanotechnology and miniature engineering in this product. And that 5 kg, it won't be a problem, such as, I'll give you an example, the SCBA, the self-contained breathing apparatus, where it's focused at one part of the body, which is at the back, which can cause strainer. But for us, we have basically, put it at different types of places to balance it out in the body. So the weight will not be a problem towards the frontliners. And we believe that the weight will not be a problem and they can still do on their work completely fine.
But we'll be carrying around this 5 kilograms for 8 hours, okay? It's like carrying around 5 kilograms of rice, okay? Right. the other part I want to know is this gadget, as you say, is reusable. All right, it's reusable. So how long will it last? How is it forever? Has it to be replenished?
Nitesh?
Well, it can be used for a very long period of time. So for this, since we are using a rechargeable battery, we can recharge it every time when the battery depletes. So this can ensure that the frontliners can use it for a long period of time without any worries that their coolant system would end.
The second part of my question is when you use water and you have some sort of a filter at the base, as you say, there might be contamination. What would be the possibility of contaminants coming from the outside and also contaminating your suit, the water especially, you know?
Okay, I'll take this question again. So I've already mentioned for my part just now, actually, that we will be using a tight rubber to be cuffed around the legs opening and the tube. See, when we talk about personal protective equipment, the main part of it and the most crucial part of it is that no contaminants, no microbes, no foreign particles can enter that. And that is what we took, that was the first thing we thought about, and that's the most important thing we believe that we put in our the thing that we thought for our product. That is why we believe that with the tight rubber tight around it, no microbes can enter into the suit, causing it no contamination at all in the suit. Yes.
How would you propose to disinfect it, the suit, on a daily basis? How would you disinfect?
Sorry, come again. How to disinfect the suit?
Yeah.
We can disinfect the suit just like how we disinfect the PPE usually. If
you can wash it, or would you
by spraying disinfectants?
Just spraying, and then you reuse it again?
Yeah.
No washing needed. Okay. Just one last question. You've got your suit up to your neck. What about the head? Over your face?
Nitesh?
Well, since near the head it has our blood vessels is closer to the face, then so what we did is we didn't want to put it all the way to the head, so that this can cause pneumonia, which is quite dangerous for the people. So this is why we put it at the chest, where that is where the main heat is being trapped instead. At the head, the temperature can be controlled still, because the hot air will rise up and then we can still bring it down when the cold temperature inside. So it'll be a good weight will be passing through it.
Have you thought of anything about the cost and who you would work with if you think this is marketable?
For the cost? I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
What would be the approximate cost and who you can work with when you want to market it?
All right. Thank you so much for the question. So, sorry, I'm having a sore throat. So basically, we have decided that the cost will be 374 ringgit, but we believe that this will not be a problem as it is reusable and we will be using as it can be disinfected every single day, so it will not be a problem. And for our partners, we believe as this is something that we are putting in the medical field, it's not something that we can market, put out to the public yet. We will for sure think about it in the future, but now we are focusing on the front line.
Okay.
Focus on the Ministry of Health.
All right, I'm afraid time is up. Thank you, Prof. Shamala, for the questions, and thank you, KGV. But I'm quite interested in the whole what do you call it, ESPPE? How are you going to make it more? I'm a trendy guy, so I mean, if I was to wear it, how do you going to make it a little bit more trendy? Are you going to partner probably with a fashion designer or something to make it more aesthetically pleasing?
Finish.
Because we use the nanotechnology, it wouldn't be bulky or anything. So for me, it wouldn't appear to be not trending in the future. You can even design the vest to be a bit with more patterns to be more fashionable in the near future.
Okay, because you can see that your product can actually go to becoming just for normal people like me. Like once, like if I can walk in a hot country with something that's cooling over the body, not just as a PPE, it's like your own air conditioner going around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you so much, KGB, for your answers and for your presentation. All right, so let's move on to the next school. And we're coming back to Pusat Genius Pintar Negara. Hi, boys. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir. Give me a sec. Yes.
Okay, so have everything set up so that before we start the time.
Okay. Yes, everything's okay.
And just make sure that okay, we can see your screen now. Good.
Okay.
All right. So are you guys ready?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So your 5 minutes starts now.
Good morning to the esteemed panel of judges, all the finalists of NSC, and also all the supporters present here. We are from Pusat Genius at Pintar Negara. I'm Goh.
My name is Lim Zheng Xue.
And my name is Deng Yan.
Okay, first of all, I think we can all agree on something here. 2020 has been a very terrible year for everyone. From the Australia's wildfires to Kobe Bryant's death, and here we are, still fighting against the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. But do you know what's even more terrible? Having one of your loved ones or also close friends being affected by this deadly virus. All of us may be in danger, all the while being oblivious about it and spreading the danger to our close ones. So today, we would like to propose our idea, in which we dub it the SAT, also called the Salivary Antigen/Antibody Test.
Mana? Nak video ke? Video tadi. Tu gambar, klik gambar video.
Currently, there are three types of COVID-19 tests: the polymerase chain reaction or PCR test, the antigen test, and the serology test. Our idea is based on antigen and serology testing. Currently, COVID-19 tests are expensive and are inconvenient as people need to get to crowded hospitals to get their testings. This puts a lot of people in the risk of contracting the virus. Another risk about the virus is that the people can get no symptoms at all. This is what we call asymptomatic patients. Our idea is to make COVID-19 testing cheaper, more accessible, and more convenient to the masses of people. This is our project, a piece of paper.
Please do not underestimate this small piece of paper. This paper will help the world track and reduce COVID-19 transmission. This piece of paper is either made out of antigens of the virus or the antibodies extracted from previous or current COVID patients. This is how the paper is going to work. There are two possibilities in making this paper.
Well, as you can see, there are two sides, the left and the right. So the left one is the first possibility, where we extract the antibodies from previous patients, namely immunoglobulin G, or IgG. The antibodies are then placed on the paper. This paper requires a person to spit on it, which an infected person will have the virus antigens in his saliva. Therefore, the antigens will bind to the antibodies on the paper, which alters the structure of the antibody and antigen slightly, which changes the wavelength of light that it reflects. Therefore, a change of color can be seen on the paper. So for example, as on the left, the yellow test slip will change its color into a shade of orange.
On the right side, we can see the second method. The second method is when we extract the antigen of the virus and place it on the paper, and then requires the person to spit on it. A person who is infected will either have immunoglobulin G or immunoglobulin M present in their saliva. The IgG or IgM antibody will then bind to the antigen on the paper, and just like our previous explanation, the structure will alter slightly and cause a change in color as shown here, from yellow to a shade of orange.
This paper will be easy to use as it either changes color or not, depending on the presence of the antibody or antigen. Further research is still required to confirm this product and make it widely available for everyone. As once Henry Ford said, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Our product doesn't aim to replace any COVID-19 testings, as it acts like a preliminary test so that people can easily identify if they're infected by the virus or not.
Here, we also believe that all the prototypes that are presented at the National Science Challenge today can all be proven useful in overcoming this pandemic.
And together, we can all put in our efforts to build a pandemic resilient community. With that, we end our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pusat Jenis Pintar Negara. Thank you, boys. So we move on to the question and answer session. So who do we have to
Prof.
ask
Abi?
you?
Yeah.
Prof. Abi. Oh,
Yeah.
my brother from different mother and father. Hi, Abi.
Hey, thanks, Evie. Great job, hosting the show today, and also to all the participants. I mean, I must say, I don't think I would have been able to answer the way all of you have done today, and also perform in the manner, 25 years ago, or in fact, 30 years ago when I was your age. Anyway, so let's talk about your SAT prototype. Really cool. It's also exciting to hear about kids talking about developing, antigen antibody tests. My first question is that why do you, if you think your antigen test works really well, why do you need to have an antibody test as well?
We made two possibilities so that if either one of them don't work, we can use the other. Because this is not done yet, so we need trial and error. So we made two possibilities.
All right. And if I was an investor and I was saying, okay, tell me where I should put my money on, which do you think is going to be more successful and why? An antigen test or an antibody test?
In my opinion, the antibody test will be more successful because, as everyone knows, antibody is basically a countermeasure to any antigens. So for this, I believe that if we invest on this in future pandemics, when there is still antigen, people will still produce the antibody to fight against it. At that point, we can just extract the antibody, place it on the paper, and then testing can be done easy. That's my opinion.
Sort of reassess that answer, especially in the context of COVID-19, where we've known that patients, some individuals don't have detectable antibodies despite, having that particular infection. But, I still understand your rationale. The other question I have is because you did mention that this particular test will not be seeking to replace the current gold standard test, but more as a preliminary test. So my question is that if I chose to do this test and then I tested positive or negative, what should I do?
If you are tested positive, you should go to the hospital straight away or maybe quarantine yourself. If you are tested negative, then you're safe, I think. Yeah.
All right. So you're actually saying that despite your assertions that it's a preliminary test, you can actually use it for clinical decisions.
Yeah, this one is just for, it's like a pH test slip where everyone can buy at local pharmacies, so we can test it whenever we want for like curiosity, or maybe you're quite aware. So it will be available all around your closest pharmacies, and you can test it. If you're tested positive, you better go and check up at the hospital. If you're tested negative, you are most likely be safe.
Okay, great. Could you perhaps then share, what are your thoughts about the risk of false positives or false negatives that can, be part of your test? Yeah? What are the risks and its implications?
The risk of false positive and false negative?
Yeah.
Well, for the risk of false positive is that the person which was diagnosed as false positive, he will be mistaken for having the virus, although he doesn't have it. So he'll be brought to the hospital, and maybe he'll be quarantined together with the people who were infected. Therefore, he himself will have the risk of getting infected. For false negative, if the person is diagnosed as false negative, so that means he has the virus, but is diagnosed as negative. So this will be very dangerous, as he thinks he's negative, but he can still spread all around everywhere. So that's my opinion.
Great. And could you maybe explain to me why is it, because you mentioned about asymptomatic patients, do you have an understanding of why some individuals become symptomatic and some don't?
Because it highly depends on the age and your physiological factors. Because mainly the old age will probably not have enough antibodies to counter the antigen. Therefore, they will be more likely to show the symptoms. And for young people like teens, there has been studies that say teens show rather mild symptoms or asymptomatic. So that's my reasoning for it.
Great. I just want to say congratulations. Great job to all the teams. And thank you very much for participating in this year's National Science Challenge. Great job.
All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you, bro.
Well, thank you so much, Abi. That was some great questions by you. I'm sure we'll hear more again for the other teams. For Pusat Jenis Pilihan Negara, I like the idea of the abbreviation you use, SAT. I just hope that people not confuse it with SAT from America. It's not a test that you take, but it's more a strip for COVID-19. So maybe you want to think about the name so that it doesn't get confused with the other SAT. All right, so let's move on to our next finalists. We're going to go to Sabah now. SMK Mat Saleh Ranau. Team Sabah, are you ready?
Yes, let me share my screen first.
Okay, yes. So I presume you'll be presenting in Malay?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so where's your other teammate? I can't see his video. His camera is not on. Is Deva there?
Yes, he is. He's trying to connect.
Okay, we need him to connect first so that everybody is on. So before we start, so to all the audience watching, there's a little bit of technical issue at the moment, but we'll get there. So finally, is he on now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Can you tell us what is actually happening at the moment?
He was disconnected, so he's trying to reconnect now.
Okay. All right. So is your presentation, is he the last presenter or is he part of?
He's the second.
The second. So you already have everything in.
Hello.
Okay, we need.
Hello.
Yes. Welcome back, Mr. Deva. Okay, good. So he's on.
Hello.
All right. Okay.
My
Okay,
video.
don't be nervous. I know all the technical issues can make you a little bit nervous. Take a deep breath. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's start now. Your time for your presentation starts now.
Salam sejahtera saya ucapkan kepada juri yang hormat. Beberapa bulan lepas, gempar di media sosial apabila seorang pelajar Sabah telah memuat naik video tentang bagaimana beliau terpaksa memanjat pokok untuk mendapatkan talian internet untuk menjawab peperiksaan secara online. Ramai pihak mempertikaikan perkara tersebut, tetapi kami sebagai masyarakat Sabah yang tinggal di kawasan luar bandar tidak menafikan kebenaran perkara itu. Di daerah kami sendiri, yaitu Ranau, masih terdapat banyak tempat yang mempunyai talian internet yang sangat lemah dan menyukarkan penggunaan aplikasi MySejahtera. Kekurangan penggunaan aplikasi ini menyukarkan penjejakan pergerakan pesakit COVID-19. Bukan itu sahaja, penyebab kepada penularan COVID-19 yang kian berubah daripada aspek simptomatik dan asimptomatik menyukarkan lagi usaha kerajaan untuk mengharungi pandemik ini dengan lebih efektif. Memandangkan majoriti penularan COVID-19 adalah disebabkan oleh keperluan masyarakat untuk bergerak ke sana ke sini, keupayaan untuk mengesan data perjalanan di dalam dan di luar kawasan pedalaman serta kontak antara pesakit COVID-19 dengan pantas adalah salah satu jalan penyelesaian yang terbaik untuk mengatasi penularan wabak ini. Dengan itu, kami sebagai rakyat prihatin mencadangkan jam tangan pintar yang boleh mengumpul data yang amat diperlukan, bukan sahaja untuk mengesan kontak rapat, tetapi juga boleh digunakan pakai untuk melakukan analisis terhadap kes-kes wabak ini.
Data yang diperolehi ini mampu membantu pangkalan data yang sedia ada di Malaysia seperti MySejahtera dari segi A. menjejak perjalanan pemakai, B. mengesan simptom, dan C. memastikan individu berkenaan untuk mendapatkan rawatan dengan cepat. Para juri sekalian, izinkan kami untuk menerangkan ciri-ciri jam pintar yang kami cadangkan. Ciri pertama, sistem GPS boleh menentukan lokasi seseorang melalui rujukan satelit yang mengelilingi bumi dengan rujukan masa yang jitu. Sistem GPS ini membolehkan kerajaan untuk mengakses sejarah perjalanan dan kontak rapat individu-individu yang berkenaan melalui rekod GPS pada jam pintar tersebut. Kaedah ini efektif di kawasan pedalaman, terutama di kawasan pedalaman Sabah yang sebahagian besarnya masih lagi mempunyai masalah capaian internet. Data masih lagi boleh diakses dan dikesan walaupun tiada capaian internet. Dengan data yang dikesan itu, pihak atasan boleh melakukan swab test dan juga kuarantin boleh dilakukan ke atas suspek COVID-19 dengan lebih cepat.
Ciri kedua, jam pintar ini mempunyai sensor suhu bagi mengesan suhu tubuh badan dengan menggunakan teknologi LM35 dan sistem Arduino. Ciri ini adalah penting kepada golongan berisiko yang mempunyai tahap imuniti rendah iaitu warga emas dan kanak-kanak agar pemantauan simptom sentiasa dapat dilakukan. Apabila jam ini dipakai di pergelangan tangan, sensor suhu ini akan mengambil suhu dengan mengesan suhu badan lalu menukarkan tenaga haba yang dibebaskan kepada tenaga elektrik yang akan dihantar dalam bentuk analog kepada sistem Arduino. Data ini akan ditafsir kepada bentuk digital yang seterusnya dipaparkan dalam skrin digital pada jam ini. Secara kesimpulannya, jam pintar ini boleh mengesan pergerakan, mengumpul data perjalanan serta suhu, dan membolehkan simpanan data digunakan pakai untuk analisis kes penularan COVID-19. Selain daripada dua ciri utama, kami juga memastikan bahawa jam pintar ini dilengkapi dengan sistem peringatan yang akan mengingatkan pemakai untuk mengamalkan prosedur operasi standard dan memenuhi cita rasa pemakai seperti ringan serta selesa dan juga mempunyai ciri-ciri Fitbit seperti sensor denyutan nadi, penghitung langkah dan merekodkan jarak larian. Dengan itu, kami dari SMK Mat Saleh ingin menggesa pihak pembiaya untuk membiaya jam tangan pintar ini untuk kebaikan semua pihak. Kerana jam pintar ini boleh membantu dalam penguasaan maklumat dan pemantauan kendiri dalam memutuskan penularan COVID-19. Hashtag kita jaga kita dengan jam pintar. Sekian, terima kasih.
Alright, thank you. What a fabulous presentation. Hashtag kita jaga kita. Okay, good. Alright, so let's move on to the question and answer round. So what do we have? It's Dr. Nuriza.
Dr. Nuriza,
yes. Okay, so Dr. Nuriza, take it away.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi dan selamat tengah hari kepada peserta daripada sekolah Ranau tadi, Mat Ali Ranau.
Mat Saleh.
Mat Saleh Ranau, sorry. Soalan saya, boleh ceritakan secara lebih terperinci bagaimana ciri-ciri GPS tu boleh diaplikasikan untuk mengesan lokasi pesakit. Sebab kalau kita tahu dia tidak menggunakan capaian internet. Boleh pelajar semua ceritakan bagaimana ciri-ciri GPS yang ada pada jam berkenaan boleh digunakan untuk mengesan lokasi pesakit.
Okay, selamat tengah hari doktor. So cara digunakan ini apabila seseorang itu dan menuju ke satu lokasi, sistem GPS itu akan mengesan lokasi tersebut. Jadi bila lokasi itu dikesan dan direkod, dia akan dihantar ke satelit. Jadi lepas daripada itu satelit, dia akan dihantar kepada pangkalan data yang dimiliki oleh kerajaan Malaysia.
Adakah ia mempunyai had jarak ataupun had masa untuk penggunaan GPS yang ada dalam ciri-ciri jam tersebut? Maksud saya,
kami kembangkan ini, doktor.
Adakah ia mempunyai had masa dan had jarak untuk penggunaan GPS pada alat jam yang dicadangkan oleh pelajar?
Tiada doktor, disebabkan oleh satelit yang sentiasa mengelilingi bumi, dia tidak terhad dalam jarak dan masa.
Maknanya dia boleh dikesan pada jarak yang lama, jarak yang jauh,
Ya,
dan
kalau
masa
dalam
yang
English
lama.
kita cakap dia real time sensing.
Okey, dan yang seterusnya, bagaimana sistem suhu badan tu memberi ketepatan kepada data yang diambil oleh jam tangan berkenaan, suhu yang tepat, dan bagaimana jam berkenaan boleh memberi amaran kepada pesakit, kepada pemakai untuk menentukan bahawa dia dalam keadaan yang sihat ataupun dalam keadaan bergejala. Adakah jam berkenaan mempunyai ciri berkenaan?
Saya akan jawab soalan doktor yang terakhir, iaitu ia mempunyai ciri yang berkenaan. Seperti kita tahu, terdapat banyak spekulasi yang menyatakan bahawa suhu badan di bahagian pergelangan tangan adalah tidak tepat. Oleh itu, kami telah menjalankan kajian pendek yang kami telah mengukur suhu di bahagian pergelangan tangan dan juga di dahi. Oleh itu, perbezaan suhu badan di dahi dan di pergelangan tangan adalah 1 degree Celsius. Oleh itu, kami telah meletakkan formula ke dalam jam ini supaya suhu pada pergelangan tangan akan menepati suhu seperti mana di dahi seseorang.
Itu buat kajian tentang ujian ketepatan suhu.
Kami telah scan bahagian pergelangan tangan dan juga bahagian dahi dengan menggunakan beberapa jenis pengesan suhu yang kami ada.
Dan seterusnya untuk pelajar mencadangkan siapakah yang sesuai untuk berkolaborasi menghasilkan jam pintar ini? Ada tak pelajar bincangkan siapakah yang sepatutnya?
Ada doktor. Jadi dalam plan kami yang kami telah bina, kami telah bercadang bahawa kami disebabkan jam pintar ini sudah sedia ada di pasaran, jadi banyak syarikat-syarikat yang boleh membina jam pintar ini dalam masa yang singkat. Contohnya Apple, Samsung, Sunto dan juga Garmin. Itu merupakan salah beberapa syarikat yang mendahului dalam pembuatan jam pintar. Jadi sekiranya kami dapat dibiayai oleh mereka, dia mungkin akan memberikan lebih banyak kesan yang baik dalam menangani pandemik ini.
Mungkin ada satu soalan lagi.
Dr. Nuriza, sometimes I have to be the very bad quiz master here that we do is out of time. Just to be fair to everyone that they have 5 minutes of Q&A. Thank you, Dr. Nuriza, for the questions for the school, and for the SMK, Mak Salirana, thank you so much for your presentations. Okay, before we move on to our next group, I mean, it's been a bit quiet. Let's hear from the supporters. Are they still there with us? Where are the supporters of the school? Are they there? Okay. Definitely, they're still with here. They're still with us. They're still supporting their school. Want to see their school succeed. And how are you guys getting along? Are you feeling happy with your school performance so far? Okay. get more of your friends to support this. Go on YouTube, go on ASM FB webpage, ask them to come live and see the school performs. Okay. So thank you, supporters, for staying with us. All right, good. Okay, enough now. Okay. Okay, thank you, supporters. Thank you so much for being still with us. Just now, Mak Salim Rana talked about hashtags. So do remember, we do have a few hashtags going around. One thing is hashtag VNSC. So if you have any comments and anything that you want to add, go to the hashtag VNSC. We also have hashtag Minggu Sains Negara. That's as well. And the last one, science. So please go and put up anything that you want, anything related to science, anything interesting that you want to add, or any word of encouragement for your supporter on hashtag VNSC. So please do that. I know you guys are all there and are very tech savvy and always on your mobile. So there's no harm in adding more of your comments and pictures or anything interesting on hashtag VNSC. All right. So let's move on. We have 2 more schools to go, and let's invite SMJK Jitsin.
Hi.
Hi, boys. Are you guys online now?
I have a request.
Okay.
Can
Okay, now.
Okay. Because I'm going to show my.
Okay, Jitsin, because I know you guys are actually in the same room, so you have to be very careful who has the mic on. If not, we'll be hearing echoes. And so do be careful, whoever have their mic on at any time. So I'm allowing you now to first put on the slide first before we start the time.
Okay. So is it okay to turn off the virtual background?
It's up to you. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. Mute.
Okay. I just have to make sure. Are you guys ready now with your presentation?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you guys ready?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly. So are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? Okay. Your time starts now.
A very good morning to the organizers and judging panel of Virtual National Science Challenge. We are from SMJK Jitsin. I'm Hong Shing, the project manager. How serious is COVID-19? The number of cases in November is double and more than October, and this has caused the government to order CMCO for most states. However, can this be once forever solution? We have an answer. Let me introduce our technical expert, Lim Wen Hao, to share about Temperature Distance Awareness Badge, TDA badge. Please.
Hi. Okay. So now I'm going to present our project, which is the Temperature Distance Awareness Badge, the TDA badge. So as you can see, this cell is made out of the 3D printing filaments. So, okay, we use the Tinkercad and also the Autodesk Fusion 360 to make this cell out. And then to make our explanation clearer, we will use the dissected part of the prototype. So this is our prototype. Okay, and then there are 3 functions on our prototype. The first function, number 1, it can detect the social distance between its citizens. Our prototype can help you to practice the social distancing of 2 meters. So this is a distance sensor. Okay, and then it will detect the distance between its citizens. So when the social distancing is less than 2 meters, the red LED will warn the users, and the buzzer will also emit the siren sound. And when the users is practicing the social distancing of 2 meters, the green LED will light up, which means that the users is in the safe zone of virus transmission. Okay, next, number 2, our project can detect the body temperature. So we have installed a body temperature sensor on it, and then when the users has fever or experiencing the features of COVID-19, their body temperature will exceed 37.5 degrees Celsius. And therefore, our body temperature sensor will sense the temperature, and then all of the LED on the device will light up, and which means that this person maybe is the potential COVID-19 carrier. Okay, Number 3, our project can store data on the phone. So this, I will pass this to my friends. This is Anggi Jing.
Hi, good morning, dear all judges. Okay, so as you can see just now, we can store the data from the prototype to our handphone. Function your mic. Okay, so as you can see here, I've connected the prototype via the Bluetooth to the handphone. And as you can see from the screen, there is a lot of data that is included. First thing is the time, date, and the latitude and longitude. And the third thing is the temperature and social distance between one another. By using the Bluetooth module, that's shown in the as shown by the technical expert, there is the Bluetooth module that is connected via the Bluetooth to the handphone. So what can the handphone do? So now the technical expert will demonstrate what will happen when the distance is less than 2 meters.
Keep a social distance of 2 meters.
So as you can see here, you can listen. There is a warning.
Keep a social distance of 2 meters.
By the app created by ourselves. Yes, this is an app especially designed by ourselves, by us, to connect it with with our prototype, so as to warn the users and also keep track of the users. By the same time, when the temperature, as you can see by the technical expert, we are using the lasers to create a high temperature situation. So when the temperature is too high,
exceeds 37.5 degrees Celsius,
the app will automatically warn the user. Yes, this is our app. Okay, so now I'd like to proceed to let my friend, the project manager, and to explain about the hexagonal packing. So just now that I hope that you can understand totally about the prototype. Now I'm going to introduce another project, another idea of our team. So the hexagonal packing is the best way of utilizing the place that we sit. For example, we have the sitting plan of our school hall. This is the sitting plan of our school hall that we can store 294 people, but at the same time. But by using the hexagonal packing, we are going to increase 3 rows more. That is, we can increase 63 more people at the same time. That is very efficient, and by the same time, most importantly, of course, we are abiding by the SOP rules. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. As SMJK just seen you, wow, you're trying to do 2 things at once. You have the TDA and also how you're going to do social distancing in your school. Well done. That was very good. I will let Prof. Awang take on for the Q&A.
Right. Thank you very much for the project. I was just wondering, how do you plan to take this further? Do you plan to partner with anyone to take it further?
So I'll let my technical expert to explain about it.
Hi. So I'm the programmer of this device. So I have used the Arduino IDE, which you can see from here. This is the micro chip. Yeah, maybe a little bit messy. Okay, so this is the Arduino board, and we use the software to program this device, and the microorganism, like the microchip, will control all of the components in the device. Okay.
So how do you plan to take this further to make it more practical, not such a mess of wires, for example?
Yeah, this is the final product of our device.
Okay.
So this is made out from the 3D printing, and then this is the cell. So this is the micro chip. Okay. Yeah, you can see it from.
Okay.
So
do you think
device.
Do you think you have any?
Now it's too near with the screen, so the alarm will light up, which wants the users to keep a social distancing of 2 meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think are potential concerns about this kind of device? Are there any potential concerns?
Yes, I'll answer this. There is a potential concern on the device is because the people think that this high cost, or people think that people will refuse to wear the badge when they are going onto the street. And our solution for this is the mass production, because the mass production uses the automated technology. By using this technology, it can save the cost for the salary, and also it can produce products that is totally similar and high precision. So the first problem is the high cost has been completely solved. And for the second problem, which is the people refusing to wear the badge when they are going onto the street, I think we can use the law enforcement, same as the mask, because if you are noticed by the police that you are not wearing a mask, you can be fined 1,000 ringgit. And this concept can be used to the electronic badge, to the TDA badge. I think that's our solution for these problems. Thank you.
Okay, so are you planning to commercialize this product? Obviously, somebody has got to pay for it, right? So who are the potential investors for this kind of product?
For this potential investor, I think the potential investor can be an Intel, can be Microsoft, can be GPS, because by using these technologies, we can spread this technology TDA badge to a worldwide, and the cost will be lower to a very low cost, because the mass production, the mass is very big, and by cooperating with these big companies, we can reduce our costs and have the cooperation and collaboration with other countries. Thank you.
What is your current cost of producing?
In addition, I think that we can suggest this idea to the government, because this product is to help all citizens in Malaysia and other countries to keep a social distancing of 2 meters and aware of their body temperature, so that they can have an early diagnosis in the COVID-19 test.
Okay, I was just wondering, how practical is this device? For example, if you go to the market, then obviously you're going to bump into a lot of people, right? So they're going to have a lot of data which says that you've been too near too many people. So how practical is it going to be?
Yeah, that's why. So our device is to prevent them from staring too close, and because the cluster of COVID-19 will happens, okay, and then the transmission of the virus will be higher.
Right. Okay. What is the cost of producing that single device that you have made? Did you find out the cost?
Yeah, the cost is quite relatively low because we use the internet as a method to by using the online shopping, and currently because we are using the voucher for the Double 11, so we get more discount. And for this prototype,
what is the cost now? How many ringgit is it?
Now is around 20 ringgit.
20 ringgit for the whole device?
Yes, 20 ringgit. 20
ringgit.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think there are any legal concerns if you say that the government should enforce this device, that people should wear this device? It's a legal requirement. Do you think there are legal concerns there?
I don't think there will be a legal concern, because it is same as a face mask. Like people won't quarrel for the liberty of wearing a face mask, but why people quarrel for liberty to wear the TDA badge? So I think that if the concept is the same and the government will provide this TDA badge, I think there won't be a concern. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Back to you, Dr. Ibrahim.
Okay, thank you very much for the questions. Well, the TDA, another thing that we have to wear, the TDA badge. You were talking about, well, you should ask the government. Well, we have a government representative here. Minister Khairi is here, so he's listening to all your ideas, maybe taking some notes down. But I was thinking of the voice just now, that you were talking about, like if you're close, there's a sound that you make. Maybe we can make it more Malaysians, or maybe if you go into America, maybe say, "Hey girl, you're too near," or something like that. Those kind of very interesting words, just to make it more fun. Well, thank you so much. I do also like your idea of those hexagonal packing. I'm a chemist. I know hexagonal packing has the most they do optimize the distances, so very good on you on that. So thank you so much, SMJK Jitsin, on those two proposals to combat COVID-19.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right, so our last final school for the prototype pitching. So we are going to Terengganu, Kuala Berang, MRSM Kuala Berang. Are you guys ready? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, you look a little bit dark there, Idris, Alia. I'm not sure why. Maybe the camera, but it's okay. As long as we can hear you, maybe you're a bit Later on, maybe we can fix that. But you may now put on your presentation. Before we start, set it up first, before we start the time. Okay. Can I just ask, are you guys all in the same room or different rooms?
We are in the same room.
Okay, so please be careful about the echoes. So just in case if one presenting, so make sure the others switch off their mic so that we have a clear voice on your presentation. Okay, so if you guys are ready, we are ready. So your time starts now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to everyone. My name is One way to tackle the pandemic is by the implementation of the physical distancing. The World Health Organization, WHO, has been urging the society to apply physical distancing since the early stage of the COVID-19 outbreak. Following the cancellation of large events, studies have shown how the physical distancing helped in the flattening curve of virus spread. But only a handful of people are aware of the government recommendation. So you might know that our main focus in our video on YouTube is fighting the coronavirus by maintaining the physical distancing. So in our video, we have created our project to help people in their distance in a range of 1 meter. So our project is called Smart Distance Detector, or known as SD. I pass my presentation to Nurin Farha.
I'm Farha. Now with me is our own project. SD detect people that are less than 1 meter. So the buzzer about everything in our surroundings, such as people and also objects. I will show you. So the closer the object, the buzzer will produce sound more frequently. But after we created this product, we have realized that it is hypersensitive to everything within 1 meter. Just imagine that the product at the bottom of the product. So this is our new project. So as you can see, the brain thing under the product is the rechargeable battery. And then we also put USB pipe at the side of the product. As you can see, you don't have to worry about the energy wasted because we also put the switch button to control the usage. Then, in our old project, we used the Maker Uno as the processor board, but now we have replaced it to Arduino Nano to make it smaller, cheaper, and easier to bring. So I pass my presentation to Muhammad Idris. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, with me here is our new design of SD. So we have changed the design to a more watch-like design so that it is more comfortable to wear and easier to carry around. We also add a strap that is a freestyle so that everyone can wear it. At the side of the SD, we have add ultrasonic sensor to detect people that are less than 1 meter from us. When it detects people, the buzzer will start to produce sounds more frequently, the buzzer here. But to counteract the problem of its hypersensitivity, we also add infrared sensor here to make sure that the SD only detect people and not object. By making it design more like watch-like, we make it
consume less space, and also more fashionable. By making it more fashionable, I think we can attract people attention to it, and people might start to wear it. There's also a screen up here to show the percentage of battery, or also maybe become a watch that shows the time. There's also the LED part here to indicate the amount of battery left. When the battery starts to be low, the LED will be red, and when charged, if it's full, the LED will shine with green light. Our design here is to make sure that people will like it. If we attract people. That is all from us.
Thank you very much, MRSM Kuala Berang, for the presentation and the pitching of your watch. I think we're going to have a competition here with you and also MRS SMK Mat Ranau in Sabah. Asali Ranau in Sabah. So there's going to be a very highly healthy competition between these two watches. And so who will win, we'll never know. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the question and answer round. So who do we have? All right. Prof. Dr. Shamala.
Yes. My question is the durability of this watch. How strong is it? Does it wear and tear? And can you wear it out? Can you wear it in water or in the rain?
Okay, actually we have designed this product like a watch so that it's waterproof. So if we wear it outside of the house, we still can bring it anywhere, and it also can be charged anywhere and anytime. We can use power bank because nowadays people usually have power bank with them when they go outside of the house. So we also bring USB right, so that's how we can charge the SD.
Okay, the other question is that there are so many watches around. Do you think people will wear your watch in comparison to what they are wearing now, okay, just for social distancing? Now we have watches for our heart rate, for our, when we are jogging, and now we'll probably be wearing a string of watches on the hand. So apart from just the time and the social distancing, is the possibility of extending it to have other functions as well, so that I just wear one watch. You got me? Did y'all hear me?
May you repeat?
Okay, all right. You do know we have many watches, right? Sometimes we have for exercises, we have one that tells us our heart rate and so on. And now we have this watch that we have come up, this time, okay? Will it have a stopwatch when we go running and jogging and social distancing? So I want to know the possibility of extending the functions of the watch that you have made to include all of these, or some of them.
It is possible to extend the function of it because it is simply to detect people. Maybe we can add to smartwatches to improve smartwatches, since it might be more like an upgrade to others than an independent item as it is.
Okay, is there a possibility of making the watch more attractive? I mean, you're saying that your watch everybody will want to wear it, okay? Why would they want to wear it? From the watch that we normally have already, if you see your own watch, compared to that watch, would they wear it?
We would like to. Maybe we can attract people by making it design more compelling to their eyes, and adding more functions so that it will attract more people. As I said, maybe you can mix it with smartwatches. Maybe have a sponsorship from maybe Apple.
What about the cost of the watch, and whether you have attempted to look at the business side of it, the marketing and the people you are going to sell to? Maybe have you looked at the marketing and maybe finding a partner to manufacture in a larger scale when you add on the functions?
This watch is a very affordable. We can make this project to be a reality, And I think the cost is very affordable and reasonable to everyone.
Okay.
Yes. Anyone can?
Okay. Yeah. I have no more questions.
Okay.
Yeah, over to you.
All right. If there's no more questions, I mean, we can still have one. Oh no, we only left 30 seconds now. So thank you very much, Prof. Shamala and all the judges. And thank you very much, MRSM Kuala Berang, in answering those questions. There was a little bit of a technical issue, but we managed to go through it. And so that's it. Oh, sorry, I'm mumbling my words. I'm so nervous as well. Thank you so much again. We are at the final, at the end of the pitching round. So we have been through 2 rounds, the lightning round and also the pitching rounds. Congratulations to all for giving your best answers and best pitching. And I see some really good products that might well be adopted by some companies. There might be some companies are listening to it, I don't know, to our live telecast. And here I would like to say thank you again to ASM for giving me the honor to be the Quizmasters this round for the virtual NSC. And I'll pass you back to our MC of the day, Mr. Nazmi.
Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim, for conducting the lightning questions and the prototype pitching rounds. Also, a big thanks to our judges. While our judges finalize the scores, let us hear from our guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia, Professor Dr. Asma Ismail, to deliver her welcoming remarks.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning. Thank you, Nazmi. Yang berhormat Khairi Jamaluddin, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation. Yang berusaha Encik Zainal Abbas, the Director of Sport, Art and Co-Curricular Division, representing the SecGen of Ministry of Education. Yang berusaha Puan Ainizah Wan Arifin, the Director of Secondary Education Division of Majlis Amanah Rakyat ataupun MARA. Yang berusaha Dr. S. Asmaliza Ismail, the Manager of National Institutes of Health, representing the SecGen for Ministry of Health, Malaysia. Yang berusaha Mr. Law King Hui, the Managing Director of SAS Badi Online, Sdn Berhad. Yang berusaha Professor Dr. Nur Saadah Abdul Rahman, the Chairperson of the National Science Challenge Steering Committee. Yang berusaha Puan Hazami Habib, the CEO of Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Senior Fellows and Fellows of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, Young Scientists Network, Honourable Judges, members of the Organising Committee and Question Committee of the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge, teachers, parents, students, supporters, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, thank you everyone for joining this 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge Grand Final. And despite the 3rd wave of COVID-19, we decided that the show must go on and that there will be no more delays. And we just have to face the fact that the new norm is here to stay. And we see that the COVID challenge has now given us an opportunity for all of us to transform. And as we said just now, the digital era is here to stay. And we just have to adapt from physical meeting to now a virtual competition. So it's indeed a great pleasure for me to join all of you this afternoon. And on behalf of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, I would like to thank YB Khairi Jamaluddin, our Minister of Science, Technology, Innovation, for taking the time to grace this event virtually today. So ladies and gentlemen, as the nation's thought leader for matters relating to science, engineering, technology, innovation, ASM is committed to build an innovative ecosystem for Malaysia to achieve the status of developed high-tech nation while addressing the prosperous, harmonious, and sustainable future aspirations that are aligned with Malaysia's shared prosperity vision of 2030. And with our mission to pursue, encourage, and enhance excellence in the fields of science, engineering, and technology, we firmly believe that the nation's economic wealth and societal well-being is highly dependent on our country's capacity and capability in STI. So in order to bring this to reality, it is vital for us to nurture our STEM talents by cultivating the interest of youth in STEM with the end game for them to pursue an education and career in STEM. Okay, you may ask the question, why a career in STEM? So as you know, COVID-19 has caused a mega disruption in the economy of the country to the point that many shops and many industries have to close down. But interestingly, this is what you need to see, that the industries that thrive, the industries that survive the COVID-19 challenge are basically STI-driven industries, especially with the digital services like the Amazon, Zoom, Netflix, e-commerce, that all uses artificial intelligence and machine learning. Therefore, what we are seeing here is that change using disruptive technologies is inevitable, and that the future of innovation-based economy will be powered by STI. Therefore, it is imperative that we at ASM must not only inspire your interest in science, but also reignite your minds to see the wonder, the excitement, and above all, the relevancy of science, engineering, and technology in providing solutions from everyday problems to complicated ones. And always when providing the solutions, we need to infuse them with creativity, with innovation into the process. Now, over the years, ASM has conducted several awareness and talent programs to educate students, parents, public on the importance of STEM knowledge and competency. And among the flagship programs that we have conducted are the National Science Challenge, the Science Ambassador Program, and the Science Outreach Program. And besides ASM programs, we have been committed to actually support MOSTI by being one of the implementing agency in Minggu Sains Negara since 2018. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank MOSTI for recognizing ASM as the best implementing agency for Minggu Sains Negara in 2019. And these programs, including the Minggu Sains Negara, have proven to be able to enhance the minds of the younger generation as well as provide an understanding on the importance of STEM in our daily life. So ladies and gentlemen, ASM has been organizing this National Science Challenge or NSC since 1999, long time ago. And this year it is special because this is done as part of ASM's 25th anniversary celebration. The National Science Challenge serves as a platform to nurture scientific minds and interest in STEM among the youth in order to develop future high-skilled talents and leaders to enable Malaysia to become a high-tech nation. The National Science Challenge aims to develop young talents who are both theoretically and practically proficient in STEM. It's also the platform to educate the public, especially parents, on the importance of science in our daily life and enhance the scientific thinking among the students, which includes nurturing the aptitude in evidence-based practices such as analyzing data in order to come up with new ideas and translate them into prototypes or real-life solutions. As parents, teachers, and members of civil society, I think it's high time that we change the question to our children, what do you want to be when you grow up? To now a new kind of question, what kind of problem do you want to solve when you grow up? So students, as I see today, can no longer sit back and rely on their textbooks to retrieve knowledge, but they also need to now acquire knowledge by experience. And experiential learning, I think, is very important in order to provide understanding of the problems to be solved so that the solutions provided can be more dynamic and can be more holistic. And that basically is the focus that we hope can be highlighted through this virtual National Science Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to share that we have received strong support from the students all over Malaysia every year. And this year is no different. With the advent of COVID-19, this competition has been organized virtually in accordance with the guidance from Majlis Keselamatan Negara and advice from the Ministry of Education Malaysia. The global pandemic is also the reason why we selected the theme, which is towards a pandemic resilient community through science, as the selected theme for this year's virtual National Science Challenge. And it is hoped that through this theme, our youth are able to fully comprehend and the full impact of the pandemic, and hopefully will spark new ideas in the fight against the virus. So with the pitching, essentially, we want to listen to your ideas on how to make Malaysia pandemic resilient through science. And while you are presenting your solutions, I know this is an interest, some of the solutions are very interesting, but please bear in mind that science and technology alone, or science and technology as we see it, must have the face of humanity. COVID-19 has taught us that science and technology alone will not be able to solve all the problems of humanity, but rather it is the integration of the arts, the science, the technology, humanity, social science, business, and even religion that will provide a more realistic, a more holistic, and a more dynamic solution, and hopefully with values added in, so that the solutions must now be delivered in a collaborative ecosystem and no more working in silos. And as you can see from the questions that the judges were asking during the pitching session, there's a lot of social science data that you need to now have in order to be able to answer some of the questions regarding the solutions that you have provided. You concentrated on the science, yes, but there's a need for you to now see various aspects of the human beings when they want to use your product. What is it that they want? What is it they truly want? And what is it they don't really want? Okay. So ASM has basically broaden the participation of this competition by opening it now to Form 1 and to Form 4 students this year. And this hopefully will create an interest and give you more opportunity for the lower secondary students to understand STEM subjects at a deeper level. The competition has also been revamped to be aligned with the new norm. And with the strong support from MOSTI and our strategic partners, we have managed to basically successfully organize our first virtual National Science Challenge. So congratulations to the organizing team for persevering through the many challenging moments, I'm sure, to create this virtual challenge. And this year, I'm proud to announce that there's a total of 1,027 teams from all over Malaysia that have now taken part in the preliminary level of this competition. And today we have seen the top 6 teams competing at the grand final. Now, as far as we are concerned, at ASM, all of the grand finalists are champions. You are all champions in your own way because you are the best 6 teams out of the 1,027 teams who participated in this competition. I've gone through 2 levels of competition in order for you to be here today as the grand finalists. So congratulations to each of the finalists. Now, the champion team, this is very important, the champion team will now receive the Prime Minister's Challenge Trophy, the ASM National Science Challenge Educational Award of $6,000 and a laptop, for each student as the grand prize. Now, the second place winner will receive the ASM National Science Challenge Educational Award of 4,000 ringgit and an iPad for each student. Now, the third place winner will receive the Educational Award of 2,000 ringgit and a smartphone for each student. And while the remaining 3 finalists will receive the Educational Award of 1,000 ringgit and a smartwatch for each student. Wow. Okay, so now that I hear all these watches, maybe all this now you have another watch to now wear. So all the finalists will now get a reward for all your hard work. So it is hoped that this ASM NSC Educational Award that we're giving you will be the seed fund for your tertiary education. So at the end of the day, I hope that each of the participating teams have acquired knowledge and experience that could benefit their future from this competition. And I hope that each of the teams have been inspired, have been motivated to pursue an education and career in STEM as a result of their participation in the virtual National Science Challenge. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of ASM, I would like now to thank our co-organizers, the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation for their contribution and support. We share the same philosophy for NSC, which aims to nurture the interest and develop the capacity and capability of Malaysian young generation to be the future STEM talents of the country. And we hope that we can continue this collaboration for the upcoming years. Now, the highest appreciation also goes to the Ministry of Education Malaysia, to the Majlis Amanah Rakyat, and of course to the Ministry of Health for lending their full support towards the successful implementation of this competition. My warmest appreciation also goes to Sasbadi Online Sdn Bhd for their continued contribution and generous support for this program since 2014. Last but not least, my sincere gratitude to the chair, Professor Nur Saadah, to the esteemed judges and to members of the Young Scientists Network for their ideas and strong commitment to make this competition happen, and to all those involved in the virtual National Science Challenge this year for their valuable support and contribution. And may I add, Dr. Ibrahim, thank you so much for keeping this National Science Challenge to be lively. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. So before I end, I would like to congratulate all of the virtual National Science Challenge participants this year. You have strived to be the best, and I hope that this challenge has inspired you and has left a lasting impression that science is exciting and science can be awesome. So I hope to see some, if not many of you, become renowned scientists and researchers in the future, and perhaps one day become a fellow of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. This is something that we look forward to. So thank you once again and congratulations to all. So sekian, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Dato Dr. Asma. Now, I would like to invite the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Yang Berhormat Khairi Jamaluddin, to deliver his closing remarks.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera, Professor Asma from the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, representatives from the Ministry of Education, from the Ministry of Health, from MARA, all the sponsors, all the participating schools, teams, the judges, ladies and gentlemen. We are slightly behind schedule, so I'm not going to read a long, boring speech by a minister. I already have in my hand the results, which I will announce later, and that's what I'm sure all of you are waiting anxiously to find out. I just want to make some brief remarks. Professor Asma, the president of the Academy of Sciences, has spoken at length already, and I don't want to repeat some of the fine, wise words that she conveyed. But I want to tell you a little bit about why science is important to me, to a politician. I want you to consider the fact that the most developed country in the world, the United States, has 10 million COVID infections and 238,000 deaths from COVID-19. Why was this? Why does the United States, and to some extent the United Kingdom, why do they have some of the most staggering COVID numbers? Not good numbers, bad numbers. Why is the most powerful, technologically advanced, scientifically accomplished country in the world struggling to deal with this pandemic? And it's quite simple. It's because their leaders, or in particular their leader, soon to be former leader, did not listen to science. And that's why science is so important to me as a politician. As a politician, you must make decisions based on evidence. And a large part of that is science. Professor Asma spoke earlier about the intersection between hard sciences and social sciences. I live in the world of social sciences as a politician. And if I don't marry my world with a world of evidence-based hard science, we end up making the wrong decisions. So in the United States, you have a situation where for the last few years, there's been a denial of climate change, denial of science when it comes to climate change. And therefore, the desire to want to do things to ensure that we slow down the warming of the earth, that we decrease the amount of carbon being let out into the environment, that we reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, was not pursued by their leaders because they didn't listen to the science. When it comes to COVID, they didn't listen to the scientists. They didn't listen to Dr. Fauci. They didn't listen to all the guys and scientists that we see on CNN saying that we have to practice physical distancing, we have to do mass testing, we have to lock down some of the cities where the incidences of infections are staggeringly high. In Malaysia, we try to listen to our scientists as much as possible. And although we're going through a pretty bad patch of a third wave of infections right now, I'd like to think that we did much better than some of these other countries like the United States. And that's because we listen to our scientific experts. That's because we listen to the Ministry of Health. And that's why we have largely managed to contain the COVID infections, and hopefully we'll be able to flatten this third wave within the next few weeks. So to me, it's very important that science plays a tremendously important role in decision-making, in policy-making. We can't just have politicians like me deciding on policies without any evidence, without research. So I'm so happy to hear that Professor Asma mentioning about the intersection between natural sciences, hard sciences, and also social sciences. And that's why earlier in the pitching session, and I'd like to congratulate the schools, there was so wonderful ideas in suggesting how we might best tackle the pandemic, from ideas on testing to ideas on personal protective equipment, to ideas on wearables, to the distributed computer system in developing the vaccines. These were fantastic. I mean, you might have seen my screen switched off, but I was listening to all the presentations that were made. I'm so proud that you guys spent a lot of time and effort, not just to look at the technical aspect of it, but you were able to answer some of the questions which dealt with policy. How do you fund this? How do you commercialize this? How this will be applicable to Malaysia, and how this can be rolled out to as many people as possible. So it's not just about the science, but it's about how the science is used to affect policy and also to help people and be rapidly deployable for Malaysia and also around the world. So I think it's very important that science plays a big role for me as a politician in how we decide things. I just want to share with you as well, finally, some of my concerns with regards to STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in Malaysia. If you look at the Science Outlook report for 2017, and I doubt that the statistic has changed very much over the last 3 years, the data actually shows that annual tertiary education enrollment in STEM courses has dropped from 41% to 40% in 2016. And that drop is quite worrying, because we wanted at least 60% of our tertiary education places to be STEM. Unfortunately, it's the other way around. Now, this is worrying for us, because as much as we need social scientists like myself, we also need more people who are involved in STEM. As part of it is perhaps because a lot of students still find STEM daunting, inaccessible. But part of it, I've been told, is also because of the employment prospects of STEM graduates. And that's something we're looking at my ministry seriously, to ensure that people who do decide to take STEM courses have good paying jobs after they graduate, and not like some of the situations that they find themselves in right now. Looking to the future, there is a bright future for Malaysia in STEM. I think we are not far behind, or too far behind, some of our peers in the region, but there's a lot of catching up to do. So the Academy of Sciences Malaysia, the agency that has hosted this National Science Challenge, has been working very hard over the last few years to come up with a picture of the future, which I've endorsed recently. And that picture of the future will excite some of you, because some of the presentations today are utilizing technologies that ASM have identified as the technology for today and tomorrow. And this list is, of course, non-exhaustive, but I'd like to share with you some of the technologies that we want to put a big bet on as far as Malaysia is concerned. So the first one, of course, is mobile networks, 5G and 6G. The next one is sensor technology. The third is 3D, 4D printing. The fourth, which is an exciting area which my ministry is looking at, which is advanced materials. Some of you guys touched on it just now. The fifth, of course, is artificial intelligence, and we know that that's going to be a game changer for many, many countries around the world. The sixth is to ensure that everything is safe, and that's encryption technology, cybersecurity. The seventh rather, is augmented analytics and data discovery. The eighth, which we're trying to use during this vaccination rollout, is blockchain, how we can track all the vaccinations that we'll be giving Malaysians for COVID-19 next year. 9 is neurotechnology, and this is a fundamental part of IR4, where it's not the physical, the digital world, but it's also the biological world that is converging together, and it's amazing. And of course, the 10th is bioscience technology. Again, the convergence of just the physical world, the digital world, and the biological world. We're starting to biohack. We're wearing all these wearable devices now telling us how healthy we are, and maybe from just the analytics, it will also be diagnostic and also be something that we can deploy to treat us in the future. So we've mapped these 10 things against 10 socio-economic drivers or sectors. So it's not just about the technology, but it's about how that technology is going to make a difference to Malaysians and also to other countries. So we've mapped those 10 technologies with energy. So how are we going to create renewable energy, sustainable energy that's clean, that doesn't require fossil fuels, that doesn't deplete our natural resources. We're going to apply this technology into business financial services so we can grow the economy, so we can ensure that we remain at the forefront of being a business-friendly country. Arts, culture, and tourism. Think about how we can apply augmented reality to tourism. Now that we can't travel, imagine we have these augmented virtual reality where we can travel without actually physically traveling. This is not science fiction, this is science fact. This technology is available today. Medical and healthcare, about how these technologies, sensor technologies, can make us diagnose better, how artificial intelligence can be used to analyze x-rays, and radiologists will work together with AI in order to diagnose much quicker. Smart technology for manufacturing, smart cities and transportation, water and food, agriculture, education, and of course the environment. So the future is really, really crazy. The future is really exciting. And the key takeaway that I have from today is that I'm so proud that we have young Malaysians like you guys who are already there. You're already there. You're at the cusp of really pushing the boundaries that I spoke of earlier. And I just want to end by saying that I want to thank the Academy Science Malaysia for being the host of this. I've just secured in the budget that was announced on Friday a new allocation for something that's called the Tech Olympics in Malaysia, which we're going to start next year. And I want this to be part of Minggu Sains Negara. I want the National Science Challenge to be part of this Tech Olympics. So, I was the sports minister before, so I'm obsessed with competitions. I'm obsessed with like Sukma Sea Games. I hosted Sea Games. So I thought, why can't we have like an Olympics for geeks? I say that in the nicest possible terms. So imagine a national level competition where you're coding, your drones, you got robotics, you got science pitch, involving young Malaysians from across the country. 1 week, 1 month, and we find the best. And I think this kind of competition, this kind of emphasis on trying to unearth the best minds with ideas on how to commercialize their invention and in their innovation will push the STEM agenda a long way ahead. And the other thing that we secured in the budget on Friday was maker spaces. So really small science tech spaces that are sustainable, low cost. We're not going to build white elephants. that I want to build in the rural areas, in the PPR flats. So you have your 3D printing there, you have your E&E boards there, and we get all these things out there to areas like, you know, at school from Sabah, which presented just now, congratulations. And I understand that this is not accessible in some parts of the country, and I want to bring it to all parts of the country. So it's not just kids in the urban areas that have access to these maker spaces, but more of you around the country. So I'm going to end there. I promise not a boring ministerial speech. Thank you very much to ASM. Congratulations to all the schools that were selected for the final round. And as I said, I already have the winner in my hand, but I'm gonna give it back to the MC because I know that he wants to announce some of the other winners before I come back to announce the grand prize winner. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera.
Thank you, IB Khairi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have received the final scores for the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge from our panel of distinguished judges. Before we announce the results, let us hear some comments from our Chief Judge, Datuk Professor Dr. Awang Budiba Awang Mahmud.
Thank you very much, MC. The Right Honourable Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation, YB Kari Jamaluddin. It's a pleasure to listen to some of your speeches. President of the Academy of Sciences and our sponsors, and of course my fellow judges. Now, I have to tell you guys this. This year is a historic year for some of the right reasons and for some of the wrong reasons. One of the historic moments that we have this year is that this is the 25th anniversary of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. So this is our Silver Jubilee year. And unfortunately, because this year is also historic for some of the wrong reasons, we've had to have the first ever virtual National Science Challenge. So never before have we had to hold this online, as you can see. Now, apart from the historic parts here, I think one of the things that probably because I'm representing all the judges, one of the things that we found in this particular competition is that, one, I think we are really astonished at the amount of creativity that the participants have put in, the amount of thinking which they've put in. And I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe it's time to change some of these, some of the couple of watches which I'm wearing, and maybe adopt some of the tech which we're just thinking of. I didn't think of those technologies before. So I would say the creativity is astonishing. I think there are lots of things which you're thinking of, which probably have not yet been tried. And in concept, it's a possibility for people to explore in R&D. The second part is that the technical aspects have been explained quite well, despite our distance, despite having to rely on this online mode to deliver the technical aspects. And I can see the difficulty in which you have to explain some of these without being physically present. But the third thing which I was wondering, and this touches on things which Dato' Asma has thought about and which the Right Honourable Minister has touched on. These aspects that people might want to consider, or future participants might want to consider for the future. I think the first part is that you always have to think of what impact you would like to have, and say that who it impacts on particularly, because we don't want to have a generation of scientists who only think of science without thinking of the end game. Where is it going to end up? You got to think of commercial partners, for example, who are likely to benefit from this kind of technology, and how would they benefit, and how would you then think of the issues surrounding commercialization? I know it's a bit young to think of commercialization, but I don't think it's ever too young to be an entrepreneur. So from the start, you got to think of the end game. What is it that we want to do with our inventions? we have to think about intellectual property, for example. Whose intellectual property is it? How do we safeguard the intellectual property? How do we safeguard the data which is we are going to process, or we are helping people to process? Because that is one of the biggest problems that I think we have. And this is an area where companies try their very best to find out what the competitors are thinking of to get a head start. You got to think of costing too, because any idea that you want to commercialize or you want to mass produce, you got to think of how much it costs to produce on a one-off basis and how much one can bring this cost down. So things like that. And once you've made a product, you've got to think about how to maintain the product. How are you going to propose a system of maintenance, or how are you going to propose a chain of people who maintain this particular product? And some of the products can have legal implications. So you've got to think of privacy issues about your data and who's going to make use of the data and how you're going to do to protect those privacy issues. Now, I was quite intrigued by the Q&A. I'm sure my fellow judges would share the same sentiment. The participants generally answered quite well. They thought before answering. They were passionate about defending the products, which we would like to see. But do be careful when you try to defend your products. Think very carefully what kind of answers that you want to put up, because it then may impact on the marks that the judges give to you. So I don't think there's much more that I would like to say, which have not been covered by the Right Honourable Minister and by the President of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. But I would like to end by congratulating all 6 schools for having made it to the final rounds. You have fantastic ideas, and I hope to see more of you participating in similar competitions in the future. So thank you very much, and over back to you, Mr. MC.
Announcing our winners today, we would also like to announce the top 5 most liked 2020 VNSC videos on the ASM YouTube channel. Teams with the most liked videos will receive a certificate and a cash prize from ASM. In no particular order, the most liked videos are produced by SMK Abdul Rahman Talib, Perak; SMJK Perempuan Cina, Pulau Pinang; SMJK Isnin, Pulau Pinang; SMK King George V, Negeri Sembilan; and SMK Mat Saleh Rana, Sabah. Congratulations to all the teams. Now it is the moment we have all been waiting for, the results of the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge. The 4th to 6th place winners will receive the ASM NSC Educational Award of 1,000 ringgit for each student, smartwatches, and certificates of achievement. In 6th place, we have SMK King George V, Negeri Sembilan. In 5th place, MRSM Kuala Berang, Terengganu. In 4th place, SM Sri Cempaka, Cheras, Selangor. Congratulations to all the teams. Next, we have the 3rd place winner. The third place winner will receive the ASM NSC Educational Award of 2,000 ringgit per student, smartphones, and also certificates of achievement. The third place winner of the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge is SMK Mat Saleh Ranau, Sabah. Now, we are left with only 2 teams. Allow me to elaborate on the prizes. Second place winner will receive the ASM NSC Educational Award of 4,000 ringgit each student, iPads, and also certificates of achievements. Meanwhile, the champion will receive the ASM NSC Educational Award of 6,000 ringgit for each student, laptops, certificates of achievement, as well as the Prime Minister's Challenge Trophy. To announce the champion of the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge, I will pass the honors to Yang Berhormat Khairi Jamaluddin.
Sorry, I wanted the anticipation to build a little bit. Okay, so the winner, I'm just going to announce the winner. The winner of the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge is SMJK Jitsing Pulau Pinang.
Congratulations to SMJK Jitsin Pulau Pinang. YB Khairi, would you like to say something to congratulate our champion?
Yep, congratulations to not just, of course, Jitsin, which you gave a fantastic presentation just now, but also to all other participating schools. This is just the start, guys. You know, congratulations, well done. You're National Science Challenge winners or finalists. But as Professor Awang said, you know, this is not, it's never too early to think about being entrepreneur. So this is just the start. Good luck, all the best.
Thank you, YB Khairi. So this means our second place winner of the 2020 VNSC is Pusat Genius Pintar Negara, Selangor. Congratulations to all our grand finalists. On behalf of ASM, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to the 2020 Virtual National Science Challenge. Also, a big thanks to all the students, the mentor teachers, the YSN ASM Organizing Committee, and strategic partners that have been with us from the start. Our appreciation also goes to Dr. Ibrahim, our quiz master, and also Professor Dr. Nur Saada Abdul Rahman as the chairperson of our NSC Steering Committee, and also to our distinguished judges. We would also want to thank TV Pendidikan and EduWeb TV MOE as our broadcasting partner for today's event. Before we go, let me end today's program with a pantun. Norma baharu diamal selalu, pelitup muka dipakai sentiasa. Virtual NSC berundur dahulu, tahun depan insya-Allah bersua. Stay safe and have a good day.
Thank you.
Hi. On behalf of the Jitsin participants, we would like to express our gratitude towards the organizer and the panel of judges. Thank you very much.